off. And I just saw the commercials on TV for Rhino Shield. They said it was guaranteed for like 25 years. And I thought, well, let me just give them a call.
Rhino Shield ceramic technology is specifically formulated for our unique climate right here in Colorado, and it's Class 1 fire rated.
We did the Rhino Shield under the roof line, and I had several French doors, without the windows, so they did the Rhino Shield and the garage door.
Right now, Colorado, you too can have the 25-year guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 20% off the regular price.
I would highly recommend Rhino Shield. It's a very good company. Oh, and neighbors, they were all impressed with it. And I says, well, Rhino Shield, I've got their phone number.
Here's owner Jim Williams.
This offer is limited, so call me at 844-317-4466. That's 844-31-RHINO or rhinoshieldco.com.
Go Rhino Shield!
Imagine cutting out the middleman when getting a new home loan. Whether it's a traditional mortgage, a reverse mortgage, a HELOC, or a refinance, CMG Financial is the leader. They're the bank. They can beat almost any rate out there. I'm consumer advocate Marc Mager. If you're looking for a home loan, you need to call CMG Financial. They're going to save you a ton of money. Don't let the other guys fool you. Go to partnerinlending.com. Partnerinlending.com.
Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. My wife Susan and I started Done Right in our garage in 1985, doing a little of everything. We've grown to be one of the largest companies of our kind in Colorado, specializing in kitchens, baths, counters, floors, finished basements, and windows and doors. Serving Colorado 40 years. And what an adventure it's been. We've learned that the fundamentals of a successful business never change. That is, treat people like you want to be treated, do good work, price fairly, and back up what you say. That's our success formula. Here's our son Todd.
That's right, Dad. Been hearing that my whole life from you and Mom. Folks, whether it's a first-class kitchen renovation, an awesome turnkey bathroom remodel, a full-service basement finish for some extra space, or replacement windows and doors that will wow you, give us a call. With an 8% scheduling incentive and bank financing to ask about, now couldn't be a better time.
Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. Call us to reserve your spot in our schedule. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Cooler today with temperatures only reaching into the 70s. Can't rule out a brief shower this morning, but most of the action is coming in for later on this afternoon with the possibility for some storms to become severe. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
This week on Red Pilled America, what role has Hollywood played in American crime? To find the answer, we tell the story of how a musical movement born in the late 80s impacted urban America. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on the free iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Kelly?
Yeah.
What was that dentist's name?
Dr. James Craig.
Craig. Okay.
Stefan's dentist? Did Stefan ever bore you with that story? Did you know how he was on Dateline because of it?
Well, we just got a call from 2020.
Oh.
What do you want me to tell this chick?
I'm writing to her.
Okay, cool.
Making a distinction here.
Man accused of killing Charlie Kirk will appear before a judge in Utah today. It'll be Tyler Robinson's first court hearing since Kirk's murder last week. He was in dozens of movies and was an Oscar-winning director. Robert Redford has died. Jane Fonda sang he meant a lot to her and was beautiful in every way. This is ABC News.
Do you want me to forward this to Mark and Suze?
To who?
Mark and Suze?
Why?
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
They have nothing to do with it.
Nighttime doorbell camera images. The dogs, numbering in the dozens, now prowl through Godley, Texas at all hours.
They're in a pack mode. They're feral and they're aggressive, and I don't want them anywhere near any children whatsoever.
Heather Figueroa and her neighbors have appealed to town leaders for help, but have been told that Godley, whose population has grown 400% in 5 years, just doesn't have the resources to deal with the dog pack. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
Despite rising inflation, consumer spending was up last month. There was a 0.5% increase from July to August, mostly because of spending on back-to-school items. The New York Times calls a $15 billion defamation suit filed against it by President Trump a meritless lawsuit. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom, but a little over a year ago, we realized she couldn't take care of herself without our help. And well, how could I not be there for her? I had no idea how hard it would be, and just what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood and, even for me, ways to stay positive. Luckily.
Hey, Tom?
Yes.
Did I do something wrong? Because I'm really sorry if I did.
What are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll turn her off. Here's
No,
program.
seriously, I don't know what she means.
I know this
Something
wrong.
I just didn't know. I didn't know what to say to her.
Oh, no, you didn't do anything wrong at all. You forwarded it to me. That's perfect.
Okay, yeah. But she found my cell phone.
Oh.
At a party?
Lie. The FBI says they continue to work to identify the person behind the posts up until the Evergreen shooting took place. The ADL's Carla Hill says they work hard to look for threats.
We have a threat monitoring unit that has training in this, and they have a set of rules that they go by, and it's quite complex.
The FBI says they've been looking into an account that shared non-specific threats about planning a mass shooting, but they had not identified the person behind the account. Governor Polis is responding to today's death of Robert Redford. Redford founded the Sundance Film Festival, which will be moving to Boulder in 2027. Polis says Redford had deep ties to Colorado, including his attendance at CU Boulder and job at the Sink.
I would love to know what you do before 10 a.m.
Contributions will be felt for years to come, and his legacy will live on.
Oh, my goodness gracious,
That's
he
the
died.
latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic from those.
When do you get up?
Shut up.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Yeah, we're still seeing delays out east on I-70 westbound, just past the E470 interchange. Got backups in that area. It's usually on the eastbound side where they're working, but today it's westbound with those delays. 225, a little bit of traffic heading south in from Parker back to I-25. I-25.
Shit.
Hey, Tom, I really need
Talk to the mic.
Name of the guest and his info.
Sean. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This is the ultimate celebration of music.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
It's happening this Friday and Saturday.
Live in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. 16 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And listen live on the free iHeartRadio app.
This Friday and Saturday night, starting at 8:30.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
James Carey joined the United States Marine Corps after being inspired by his grandfather. James loved being a Marine, but his life would change forever during a training exercise. James lost consciousness and nearly drowned. The incident resulted in a brain injury that left James blind, unable to use his body, susceptible to memory loss, and more. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation built James a specially adapted smart home, enabling him to live more independently. Help heroes like James. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org.
Fall is a great time to plant trees during the Tree Farm's 50-cent tree sale. Buy the first tree at regular price and choose a second tree for only 50 cents. These are perfect trees for your yard, farm, ranch, or mountain property. 6-year-old 4 to 5 foot tall evergreen trees now get 2 for only $3.50. Choose from Serbian spruce, Vanderwolf limber pine, and Ponderosa pine. Let the Tree Farm come see.
You take I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Hurt in a car crash? Get John Fuller on your side. Call Fuller.com.
It's the show that helps other shows prepare.
That was the old line about Rush Limbaugh's show, right? He'd always come on and say,
Show prep for the rest of the media.
So no, it's part of my show prep to listen to each day.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Situation with Michael Brown, mornings at 6.
That is a good promo.
On 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. This is a consumer show where we solve problems, we answer questions, we take complaints. I just got this hot off the press. I swear to you, Paul the Waterman, just texted me. Water Pros Newsflash. You can now get a smart computer water softener and reverse osmosis. RO water to drink in the kitchen and water softening for the whole house, both combined, $3,500. I don't even know where to start when I talk about this. First of all, just for the RO water, a lot of plumbers will charge 10 grand. For the softener, they charge another 10. We're talking, I know it sounds hard to believe, but Paul is undercutting people so much. Why would you go anywhere else? So if you're looking for good water, and you should be, Paul the Waterman, waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. You'll never buy better for a lower price. We have an exciting show today. Of course, your calls always take priority. So if you want to call, you call us 24/7 at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. And then we get those calls when we're not here, and you go on the next show if you want. You can also, of course, call us live on our iHeart number, 303-713-TALK, while we're on the air, 303-713-8255. And I want to tell you about texting. I have a ton of texts left over from yesterday as well when I asked for expressions we can protect, trademarked expressions that we can put on a t-shirt, and I got an enormous response. But you can text me anything you'd like. Comes to my personal cell phone. You can text 24/7 around the clock, 747-999-5280, 747-999-5280. You can also text me at the iHeart short code 57739. I want to go right to my guest, Sean Hakes from Simpler. Simpler, spelled with a Y. That's it. SYMPLER, simpler.com. And now, Simpler is in the industry. They're known a bit like, let me tell you, like search engine optimization, except that expression is old hat right now. First and foremost, the industry, if you're in business at all, you got to listen. You're going to learn so much today, it'll blow your mind. If you're in business, you always want to be top of the search engines, okay? And, you know, you have companies that do it the right way, companies that do it the wrong way. And, for example, you'll have companies that optimize their search results, a client's search results for the entire country, but not in their backyard. You know, and a lot of people search for their backyard. They'll go Plumbers Denver or, you know, Body Shops Denver or Gym Denver. But anyway, what I'm getting at is SEO really could be summed up as search engine optimization for Google. That's really what the industry has been. People try to figure out what Google wants, and they feed it to Google. They base their website based on Google standards. They tag it based on Google standards. What I'm saying is this. The art of doing a website used to be, and I'm saying used to be, there's still a little left over, but it's changing. This world is changing. Search engine optimization is going away as we know it. So you would build a site so Google could index it properly. And if Google understood it, then Google liked it. And if Google liked it, it put it higher up in its search engine. So people strived to please Google. In fact, Google even put out guidelines for websites. It's almost as if Google owned the internet. They told us how to play. They made up the rules for the internet. My guest will tell you how this is changing. Now, I'm not saying SEO is completely out the window, but it is morphing. It is morphing. We have artificial intelligence now, and many people don't even go to Google to look something up. They might go and say, I want fresh seafood tonight. what are some great restaurants in Denver? You literally write that question like you're asking a friend, and AI comes up with results. Are those results Google? If you SEO for Google, will it show up as higher priority in AI? I don't know. These are the things we're going to discuss. But I'm going to take phone calls first, as always. And Justin's on. He wants to talk about a loan. But this topic of search engine optimization, let's just call it this. I'm going to give it a new name. Okay? IV. Get your company an IV. And that is basically it's visibility, increased visibility. Okay, that's what it is. And it's really IIV, increased internet visibility. That's what it is. It's not just for Google, it's for AI too now. Justin, you have a question about a loan. What's going on, Justin?
My problem is I was recently divorced about a year and a half ago.
Yes.
And we had a common house. And so we did not sell that house. I had taken possession of the house. And so I owe my ex-wife about $60,000 worth of money. And I wonder if there's a way to take out a second loan for me and to be able to pay her off and be able to get that all settled out, or some options.
No,
there
I know what you're saying. So you inherited the house in the divorce by divorce decree, but your wife wants half of the equity.
She has a little bit of equity out.
Yeah, and so you need to pay her half of the equity according to the settlement?
No, it's less than that. It's about $60K.
Okay, fine. That was the settlement amount. So you need to pay your ex-wife $50,000 in a settlement. Okay. So the way to do it is to get now it depends. How much is your first?
My first is I got about $285 low, and the house is worth about $600.
Okay, $285, and what is your rate?
2.5 or 2.375.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Now
that's my problem.
No. It's not a problem. It's a good thing to have. So you owe about $285 at 2.5 on a $600,000 house.
Yes, roughly.
Oh my goodness! So you're in good shape. Can I ask you something just between you and me? How did your wife only settle for $50,000? Did she get other stuff in other? I mean, that's amazing that you're looking at $300,000 or $315,000 in equity, and you only have to write your wife a check for $50,000. How did that? I mean, I'm just curious how that happened, because I know everyone.
We settled. I've paid her. I've taken out another loan to pay her part of that off. So
okay. It's not really any of my business. It's none of my business. I was just curious how you made that settlement. So in essence, though, if you look on a piece of paper for you and your wife, you guys split everything down the middle, right? And you just happened to.
Oh yeah, pretty much so.
Okay, so to get $50,000 out of this house is going to be a walk in the park. I mean, I don't see how you can't get it. You just get a second deed of trust, a second loan. Have you looked at the market right now for seconds?
No, I haven't. I was wondering about, because the house is still in both our names. So that's
No, but that's going to be easy. What you can do, first of all, in this particular case, did the court say that the first loan or the mortgage, the main mortgage, did the court say you had to take it out of her name? Because if so, you're going to have a problem. No lender at 2.5% wants that loan out there at all. They want it closed. So anything you do to change ownership, they're going to call the note due. Did the court require you to take your wife off the loan?
No.
Good. What you do then for ownership is a quit claim deed. Your wife will quit her claim to the home, and that's why it's called quit. Like, I quit this job. She will sign a quit. So did you do that yet? The quit claim deed?
No, we have not done anything.
Okay, I'm going to give you some steps. If this was me, this is what I would do. This is not legal advice. It's not financial advice. It's what would Tom do? Or what would Tom tell his brother to do? So here's what you do. Very first thing, and you're still amenable and friendly, right, with your wife, your ex?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to sign a quitclaim deed. That puts the house in your name completely. Okay? Then you want to call one of our friends for a mortgage. And I would suggest you call John Clace over at CMG Financial. John
okay.
Clace, Klaiss, I believe. It doesn't matter. It's Clace, however you want to spell it. John Clace, and you want him over at CMG Mortgage. Tell John of your situation and that you just need a second, because it would be silly to really disturb that first. So you do a quitclaim deed, you keep the first and get a second for 50 grand. And
okay,
he's got some very creative seconds for you that you would love to hear. And it's CMG. Kachina, do you have that number handy? I don't have it right in front of me right now.
Yeah, I can give it to him off there.
Okay, and also, because this happens all the time, whenever I recommend people, there's other people that are going to want it. So text it to me, and I'll give, or put it up on the call screener, and I will talk about it. Now, Deb, what is going on with siding, Deb? What's happening?
Okay, it could be me. Siding is beautiful, but at the top, and I don't know the technical term, at the top, just below the roof line, there's that trim.
Yeah.
I kind of expected that to be painted along with everything else.
Well, first of all, when was the siding done?
It was done the 3rd, and I paid them in full.
Okay, so you put new siding on the home, or is this a new home?
Yes, no, it's a new siding on an old home.
So you did re-siding. You did re-siding on your home. And they did not. And was the siding painted, pre-painted before they put it up, or was it painted afterwards?
No, it's the hardy siding.
Okay, so did you paint it afterwards, or was it painted already?
It was painted already.
Okay, and you did Hardy Board, which is a pretty good product. I personally like others better, but other kinds. But Hardy Board has a good name. You hang on, and we'll talk about what's going on, if they should have painted that, and about how to get that done on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-8255.
Yep.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated, and the lawyer you choose needs to be equipped to handle them. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
I'll tell you to go to Excel Roofing for any roofing need, whether it be a repair, whether it be an insurance replacement or self-pay replacement. You'll never do better than Excel. First and foremost, they never take a penny, not a cent, until you're content. That alone is a reason to go. But they're also excellent in what they do. Like 35,000 satisfied customers in climbing. They were the original roofer on my referral list at referralist.com. Excel, EXCEL. You don't pay a cent until you're content. Let me say that again. You don't pay a cent until you're content. Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. You looking for siding? Windows, doors, and more? K&H has what you're looking for. You know, they can do all kinds of siding. They have that Align siding I would have picked above Hardy Board, but that's my choice. K&H does beautiful products. They've been around 65 years. I've known all three owners. The current owner, Lee Diamond, and his son do a wonderful job. If you're looking to beautify your home, make it energy efficient, and increase its value, khwindows.com. Also with Painting Pros, khwindows.com.
Very nice.
Thank you, sir. She can't put what?
I put CMG up, like you asked me to.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's under notes.
Hardy board. God, Apple Watches are getting way more complicated. Are you the one with the ring that has information, a smart ring, or is that someone else? Oh, that's right, that one wrist thing. That's right. You said it can do everything. I bought some, I got to put that down, translating earbuds. It's a fucking amazing thing.
I like glasses too. Those come in handy quite a bit.
What do they do?
Use them to translate and video, photos, and stuff like that.
Oh.
Like if someone's speaking Spanish or whatever to you, it'll translate what they're saying.
As letters on a screen, or they speak to you in your ear?
Yeah. You can ask it.
There are so many smart devices right now.
It's cool though. I just used it the other day. $6.
I want to see how your two-shot looks here. Oh, it looks really good. It looks really good.
So, Tom?
Yeah?
Are we going to see you on 2020?
Oh, just that stupid clip. I just don't want him insinuating I had anything to do with it. With him, I mean, as a friend or foe or whatever. I mean, I didn't know the guy at all.
I know. I think it's kind of cute, though, that they reached out and we're going to be on 2020.
Well, come on. Cute. Look how big and fat I was. Hey, I love this catchphrase that Nick came up with. You know what it is? Marry your second wife first.
Parts of my second wife were awesome, but not all of her.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I want to go back to Deb, but I was asking for expressions and slogans yesterday. One guy just texted me today. It was kind of funny. I'm not doing that for the show today, but I had to read this one. It's really funny. Marry your second wife first. That's kind of funny. Anyway, but I predict that if you did that, you'd still change because men are so quirky that way. It's amazing how many marriages fail and the second or third one takes a hold. Hey, Deb, so you had hardy board put on your house and it was pre-painted, but now you noticed a trim piece right under the eave of the home. And what color is it?
Well, it's whatever the trim is that goes around your house, right?
No, but what color was it? A piece?
It was brown. It's brown.
And what is the what are the trim? What are the trim colors around your house? Do you have any brown?
No, not right now. My gutters are, but the trim that they painted out is white.
So why did they leave that piece brown? Did you ask them?
Well, my problem is they charged at their estimate, the first estimate, and I should have got this, was 40 sheets of 7 by 7/16 OSB sheeting. I don't know what that is.
Okay, what that means is underneath, they put plywood sheathing down underneath your siding. That's what it means.
Yeah, but they didn't do the sheeting or the vapor barrier that I was charged for.
Really? Wait a minute. I want to go back to your contract. It literally specifies plywood sheathing and weatherproofing.
And vapor barrier.
That's what it is, a vapor barrier. Can you send us, here's what I want you to do, Deb. Rather than going exploring, can you send us that contract?
Well, it's all estimates, and it's in a list form. There's nothing, precisely price-wise or anything else.
Okay,
and
well,
this is probably my undoing.
So really, you didn't sign that. That was not a contract.
No, it's just an estimate, but we went with it.
So what did they put the board when they put the hardy board on the house? What did they put the hardy board over?
This is going to sound so silly. It's styrofoam.
Okay, they have what was it, like silver?
No, it's just like regular styrofoam that was held up with duct tape.
So they put styrofoam, but what did? Okay, I'm gonna keep going here. What did they put the styrofoam over?
It was already there when they took the old siding off.
All right, so they took the old siding off and simply put the hardy board up without new sheathing and without new insulation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe that was good enough and you didn't have to pay for that. How do you know you paid extra for sheathing and a vapor barrier? How do you know that?
Because when I paid the whole kit and caboodle, when he gave me, when they were done,
yes,
I paid the whole thing, and then I got to go back and looked and said, you never did the sheathing, you never did the vapor.
But you said there was no contract for sheathing. By the way, it's called sheathing and vapor.
Estimate.
What?
It's just the estimate.
Okay.
That's all he gave me. I never had a contract.
And then the full price for the estimate was what?
Well, when I got the estimate, the first one, it was $19,875, and the final payment was the whole total was $20,035.
Okay, that's fine. So that $20,035 you think included the vapor barrier and sheathing that you never got?
Well, because I texted him and said, "Did you give me the credit?" And I figured between $600 and $800 for that.
Well, okay,
yes.
That's what you figure, but what did he say when you said I was charged for sheathing and vapor barrier that I did not get? What did he say?
He credited me before that, but it took more hours than what he thought it would take.
So wait a minute. So you're talking about this problem and he already credited you.
Yes, but
why did we go through all this then?
I didn't have to pay for his more hours.
Okay.
When we never discussed how many hours it was going to take.
Deb, listen.
Yes. Okay.
What you want is to know, it doesn't matter hours or anything. What you need to know is this. You paid $20,035. How much did he credit off of that? What did he subtract?
I have no idea. Because when I approached him about it, he said...
Deb, here's what I'm asking you. How much did you pay for the whole job?
$20,035.
Got it. But you said after you complained about the sheathing and vapor barrier, he did another credit back to you. Is that right or wrong?
That's what he said he did, but I don't have any proof of how much.
So you're saying that the $20,035 was the reduced price?
No, because it started out at $19,875.
Okay. Deb, listen, it can't be this difficult. I swear to God. Here's what I'm asking you. No, Deb, I am asking you a straightforward question. How much would it have been if he did not credit you that money? You paid $20,000. Forget the $35,000. You paid $20,000. What I need to know is this.
Yes, sir.
How much more would you have paid for the sheathing and for the vapor barrier? How much more would you have paid?
That was all wrapped up into the $20,000.
Okay. So the $20,000 did not include the sheathing and vapor barrier, right?
It did include it, but it has nothing taken off for not using it.
Okay, good. That's where we are. But he said he would credit you, but he never did it.
Well, he said he used it up in hours.
I get what you're
On the
saying.
siding,
Now I understand completely.
It took longer.
I understand completely.
Okay, sorry
Deb,
about
no,
that.
no. Here, let me
This is a
explain
big
it.
project
Deb
for
had siding done on her home, and she was charged for sheathing and vapor barrier, which was never done. When it came time to credit her, he said, "You really don't have any money coming back because I spent more hours than I thought I would."
Exactly.
Okay. Now here's what I say, Deb. Everything is going to come down to the contract. And if you don't have a contract, then it's going to come down to the estimate. Did he sign the estimate?
No.
And you did not sign the estimate. So right now, we just have to figure, was this a fair price or not? Did he say you did not need the sheathing and you did not need the vapor barrier? Is that what he said?
Yes, because of the styrofoam that was already there.
Okay, but you're saying that should have saved me money, and he's saying, no, it didn't save you money because the job took longer than I thought. And you're absolutely right, Deb. You should not be responsible for the extra time it took if he did not estimate it properly. If he didn't estimate it properly. Now, had he left off a piece or something you had to buy, that's different. But if he estimated his time incorrectly, he can't go back and just overcharge or charge you more just without at least talking to you about it. Here's what I want to do. I want to get someone to call him. Who do we have on today? Who do we have, Kachina? What?
We have Dollar.
Is Deputy Dollar in the studio?
He is.
I'm here, Tom.
Deputy Dollar, you heard the problem. Let's call this contractor. And what I'd like to ask him is, why does he think he can throw in the extra hours right now? That's what I want to do. And please have her send that estimate over to Deputy Dollar. We need to get to the bottom of it. People, I'm going to tell you something about estimates. They are not contracts. They can be construed as a contract if they're signed. But if you have an unsigned estimate, this guy could simply say it was an estimate. That's all it was. I wasn't bound to it. This guy, all he has to say is this: hey, the job was more than I thought. And without a contract, he might get away with it. But I want Dollar to talk to him and figure it out. Now, I want to also talk about search engine optimization if you are a company. And what are you paying for, and is it necessary, and does it still work? And what's happening with AI? Are people using AI to search? All of this coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. It's a very interesting topic. If you own a business, you're going to want to know about it. By the way, fixmyhome.com, book now. That's Fix It 24/7, $39 for a deep, extreme clean check and tune of your furnace before the cold hits. Fixmyhome.com, book now, just $39.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Yeah, we've got a crash right now coming into downtown northbound I-25 at 6th Avenue. Right lane's blocked, and it is backed up to Broadway. That's the third accident we've had this morning. same location. 270's running a little slow heading up to Vasquez. Now, we've had an accident also along the foothills on C470. It's eastbound at Morrison. Left lane's blocked, and there's a pretty good backup working there. Foothills Drive, not bad. We're still seeing slowing coming down Floyd Hill due to rock scaling, but the highway is open. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
You know what you want to save? You want to save money on bathrooms if you do a remodel, and DiscountBath.com promises that. And they'll prove it to you. They'll give you a price without ever coming to your home. All you have to do is go to their website, discountbath.com, and then you get an upload link, a link where you send video. So go with your smartphone to the bath you want to enhance and talk about it. I want to put a double vanity here, a toilet here. I want to move this wall. I want to do a walk-in shower. Any bathroom in the house that you want to do that with. And then they look at that video and send you a price. By the way, if you want to talk to them, they're always available. But what they're saying is this. They do believe in discounting baths. That's why they're called Discount Bath. And they want you to put them to the challenge. DiscountBath.com, 720-979-2322. John Fuller wants a phone call if you're in an accident and you need help. And he means it sincerely. He does not charge for any advice up front or any kind of consultation. If you call John, ask all of your questions about your personal injury case. Most attorneys don't do that until you sign up. John will do it up front with no obligation that you ever sign up. But if you do sign up, it's on a contingency fee basis. That means a percentage fee of what he collects, and he gives you his private cell phone you can use at any time. This is personal when it comes to personal injury. 303-597-4500, 597-4500.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Well, Tom can talk to him.
Talk to who? Yeah, I can talk to anybody.
Sometimes you kind of talk down to people.
No, not really.
And let me explain what condescending is in case you don't know.
The best thing that you could do would be to talk to Tom about
That's one of my favorite
How
jokes.
about this one? If you follow the flock, you step in shit.
Oh, flock off.
Okay, Steven. I gotcha. Hang on for me, and Tom will be right with you, okay?
We got us a 3,000-year-old man looking for a stair lift.
Just in, President Trump files a $15 billion suit.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ.
Love it.
What did you?
$15 billion lawsuit against, was it
New
the
York Times? Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Bankrupt them.
Yep.
You know, here's what's really funny, is in his suit, where he's claiming they're insulting him, he says, today I'm bringing a $15 billion defamation and libel suit against the New York Times, the worst, most degenerate newspapers in the history of our country. Isn't that funny? He's accusing them of libel and slander, and in his announcement he says, I am suing the worst and most degenerate newspapers in the country.
Didn't he mutter under his breath, in my opinion?
Well, hold on. Is he not suing WAPO?
Who?
Washington Post.
No.
He had. I thought he had a couple out there.
And he called,
yeah,
I'm proud to hold this once respected rag responsible for doing fake news. I mean, this is going to be too hard, falsely smearing me.
No, it isn't. They'll settle. They can't take it. They can't take the hit.
Well, yeah, but he has to do some proving.
Okay, so this next
print
gentleman is a little bit elderly.
No, really?
Told him, yeah.
Like me.
He has medical implants older than you.
Good morning, Tom Martino Show.
See, now in
Tom Martino Show.
AI, I can say this. Where can I buy a stair lift device? for helping me go to my second floor, right? Instead of doing a Google now, right? So let's see what happens. So I put that in there and it searches and comes up. See, it's way better. Google the results Google gives you, they're not great. I mean, I'm serious. It's about time someone did.
I talk to my Google. I ask it stuff, and it's good. Man,
so it came up.
Good.
This is a great example of search engines being.
For you, compared to what I got. What does it show for you?
Oh, Lifeway Mobility.
So long as they're not screwing.
And Colorado Custom Lift is number 2. And Mobility Driven is number 3.
Here you go.
RageandWealth.com.
I'm Tom Martino. I got an amazing thing here. You know, we're going to talk about this Google versus AI and how you search and what it gives you. And the whole thing that brought it up was Steven's call because he's looking for a stair lift. And I did not Google it. Instead, I put it into AI. And here's what I asked. Where can I buy a stair lift device for helping me go up to my second floor? Okay. And it says, if you're looking to buy this or that, okay, there are local dealers, national brands, blah, blah, blah. Where to buy some local dealers. And it said Lifeway Mobility was number 1 on my list. And Sean Hakes, when you did it, where did Lifeway show up on your list?
Number 3.
Why would it be different on your? Did you query Chat GPT?
I did, yes. I put in exactly the same thing, and it's Lifeway's number 1 or number 2 in Google too. So it kind of shows you a little bit.
You think that the results in AI will mirror Google?
Not all the time, because AI takes in. You know, it looks at Yelp reviews, it looks at directories, top 10 lists, things along those lines.
Is it more thorough than Google, in your opinion?
I mean, it's debatable right now. I think it's getting there.
Is it influenced by ads?
No.
No.
No, which is great.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. And what brought it up was Steven. Steven, what is going on?
Yes, I had the Acorn stair lift here, not this past weekend, but the Saturday before. And I asked them how it works.
Now, did they come out to do a demonstration? Did you call them to come out to your home?
Yes, yes, I did. They came out and they made measurements and they gave me a brochure.
Okay, and the name of the place is the name of the place is Acorn?
Yeah, it's called Acorn Stair Lift. They have an advertisement on television, and I found out that they started in Yorkshire, England. So they are in 75 countries, but they have a place here in either Ohio or in Florida. Or
How much do they want? How much do they want?
$4,200.
Okay, and how many stairs are we talking about?
About 14 steps.
Okay.
To the top landing and then down to the basement.
Did Acorn show up on your list, Sean? Acorn didn't even show up on my list at all. How did you find them? From TV?
They had the phone number. Yeah, they had a phone number on. I wrote it down and I called them, and they came out and they took measurements, and the brochure explains how it works. They mounted to each of the steps, I guess, this track, I guess, and it slides up and down on the gear, and there's a seat and rest and the seat belt.
Yeah, I understand. So I went into my, just for those listening, into the AI and said, what about Acorn stair lifts? Because it wasn't mentioned in their list. And they said, from what I found, it's a global stair lift manufacturer based in England. They offer 3 main types: straight stairs, curved stairs, outdoor stairs. Their units mount to the staircase itself. The warranty is decent. Their U.S. units come with a 12-month manufacturer guarantee. They said one of the problems, they said they were looking for things more local. That's why it didn't come up in my search. But in any case, you did not agree to it yet, did you?
No.
Okay, so what is your question for us today?
I just wondered if there's another company here in the Denver area, or
there are plenty of them. I'm going to ask. There are plenty of them. So, Sean, tell him some of the ones that you came up with on your search.
So I just narrowed it down a little bit more, but so Lifeway Mobility in Denver. Came up with Canes Mobility, Mountain West Stair Lifts.
Yeah, we're going to get these to you. I'm going to get them to you. I'm going to send them to Kelly. She'll send them to you. I just want to know something.
You're gonna mail it? Print it up
well,
and mail it to me?
do you have email, sir?
No.
Okay, what?
No, this is a little flip phone.
Do you have a straight staircase, or is it curved, or is it a 90-degree? Does it have a landing?
No, it's just a straight.
Okay, the prices
that's all.
The prices I am seeing here are about $3,000.
Well, it's a little bit better.
But this is an average of the industry. And again, this is really important. You got to check the references as well. What I'd like to do, rather than mail this to you, it's going to, I don't even know how to mail things anymore. And you have a flip phone. So what I'd rather do is have one of my deputies call you and go over each one and help you pick a reliable company. Stair lifts are really important, and if it's not done right, we've gotten a lot of complaints about them. You have to make sure. How old is your house?
It's completed in '59.
Okay, so you have to make sure you have the wall structure. The wall structure has to be able to support it and all of that. I would not go with the first bid I got. So is Deputy Doc on duty today, Kachina? I know he said he was home, but is he on duty?
I'm not sure. I think he had an appointment.
Okay, what I'd like to do...
We can certainly pass this off to him.
I would like him to look into this. He's both a retired doctor and he's pretty smart. What I'd like to do is have him go over some of the companies and see which one. Kachina, what I will do is copy my recommendations here that I found. I'll copy it and have him go over it. I think that's going to be the best thing. It's really, I'm telling you, it's really remarkable. And we're going to go over this, how AI, in my opinion, has changed searching forever. That's my opinion. I don't see why anyone would go to Google.
And you can ask it too. So I just asked it, can you sort it by reviews?
Oh my God.
And it does that. So it'll change the list.
Who came out as the best as far as reviews?
Colorado Stair Lift is number one for me, 4.9 stars, 29 reviews. And then Lifeway Mobility is number 2.
Why don't we just narrow it down to those two and have Doc see how that was? So if we text that to Kelly, those two are the ones I want him to check on for this guy. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. So it was Lifeway Mobility.
Yeah, I texted.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Yeah, we've got a crash right now coming into downtown northbound I-25 at 6th Avenue.
Colorado
right lane's
Custom
blocked,
Lift.
and it is backed up to Broadway. That's the third accident we've had this morning. Same location. 270's running a little slow, heading up to Vasquez. And then we've had an accident also.
Can you do an AI search of where to get a good call screener?
Left lane's blocked, and there's
text
a pretty good backup working there. Foothills Drive, not bad. We're still seeing slowing coming down Floyd Hill due to rock scaling, but the highway is open. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
All right, it's time for me to tell you about John Fuller, a personal injury attorney who truly takes his role seriously. If you are injured in an accident, you are going to have questions. It always happens. People call me and say, what do I do? What do I do? Well, this is what's great. you can call John Fuller. Whether you plan on engaging him as an attorney or not, he'll take your call without any obligation and answer all of your questions about your case. Whether it's for you or a loved one, John Fuller. When you do hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis, and you truly get his personal cell that you can call or text anytime, day or night. He really means it. 303-597-4500. John Fuller. He will look after you and give you his cell phone and be in constant communication. 303-597-4500. How much time?
How do you do it?
Never mind. This is remarkable. Some of the okay.
They'll get you all of the information that you need. It's just probably going to be after we go off the air at 2 o'clock. Okay. Okay, Steven, you take care. All right, bye-bye.
Stephanie Ann. God, I can't believe these catchphrases.
NFL to dive in.
Hi, Tom Martino here. All right, so we have talked about this for years, search engine optimization. In short, Sean Hakes with Simpler, SYMPLER, Simpler.com. They do search engine optimization, but how has AI changed it? Does AI simply go out and look at Google results or Bing results or the internet in general? Is it true that one person texted me saying, Tom, it seems to me if I pay for search engine optimization for Google, it's going to show up on AI. Now, is that necessarily true?
It is right now. Yeah. So there's a lot of best practices with Google that still support AI as well.
But here's what I'm asking. You can't go to Google and ask them to what you just did. We asked for where can I find dependable companies for stair lifts in Denver? And it gave us a list of companies. Then you said, can you sort these by customer reviews?
Yeah. So if you're logged in, you'll get Gemini, which is, Google's version, their LLM. So you can technically do that if you're logged in, because Gemini will show the results as well in Google.
What do you like better, chat or Gemini?
Chat, for sure.
Okay, so are people optimizing for AI?
Definitely.
We got to talk about how you do it. Then Sean has something to tell you about the first ever store where no humans will be present. Let's talk about it. It's an AI retail store.
Everyone's talking about.
Thank you.
For what?
For nothing. You suck.
Well, that's exactly what you're going to get.
You really suck. But you're okay.
Well, what the hell else am I supposed to do? I've lost all my teeth.
Did you know you can buy a Denver boot?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you did?
A long time ago.
All right, I'm going to go get coffee, so don't talk.
Where do you get your news?
You can talk, but Sean was the only one listening.
How old are the papers
he's
you're
actually
reading?
going to go, too. We'll be
yes,
right back.
go, Sean. Fly, be free.
Shut up.
Yeah. Luigi.
Yeah. December? It's fucking September. Hell yeah, Will. Firing squad. I'll fly fuck out there and take my AR. Hi, Alicia. This is Kelly. I'm calling from the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show. And you had left us a email regarding an issue you're having with a contractor. If you'd like to give us a call back, we would love to talk to you about this. We definitely have a lot of experts in this area. If you'd like to give us a call, we're at 303 Martino, which is 303 627 8466. Again, that's 303 627 8466. Thanks so much.
He's down in South Carolina now. Yeah, down in Pawleys Island, kind of near between Charleston and Myrtle Beach. We lived there for about 3.5 years. Just during COVID, when everything was shut down, we went out there, lived by the beach for a little bit.
Good, man.
Have you been here your whole life?
Third generation.
Oh, okay, cool.
Your friend, did he get his start at Krispy Kreme? Did he just go through my ladder, or just kind of they hired him instead?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how, but I'm not sure if it was internal or external, but it's a good question. I should ask him. But yeah, he's just.
That's like a big ass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is him. That's him there.
He's on the board, or is he running those? Or?
Just on the board of directors. He's a good guy to have on your team, though.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. We're solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life a little easier. And I took a call from a guy who wanted to find a stair lift company. He had one company come out and do a estimate, and then wanted to know where else he could go. He doesn't go online, but had he gone online, most of us go to Google and we do searching, or we used to. Right now, I'll tell you, since I have not used Chat GPT. I've not used Google, not once since I've gotten it. What I do is I go to Chat and say, where can I find this? Or where can I find that? Or what's the going price for this? And then Sean Hakes, my guest today with Simpler, S-Y-M, it's simpler.com with a Y instead of an I. He said AI is ubiquitous. It's taking the place of so many things, including search engines. And I'm wondering now, how do companies optimize? SEO used to be everything Google, everything. Google basically owned, and still does to a certain extent, the internet. When you think about, if you had to say who owns the internet, they would say Google. Google has the most influence online. In fact, Google is accused sometimes of suppressing search results they don't want seen and increasing others. They have been accused of favoring political candidates and suppressing good news about one candidate and enhancing the bad news and doing the opposite for the one they support. Now, whether or not that's true, I can't tell you, but I will say this. If they did decide to do it, it's a game changer. They can literally make you invisible on the internet. When people go to search for you, they don't find much out about you. Now, I'm not saying they're doing that, but they could. And when people hire companies for search engine optimization, really, it's Google optimization. That's really what it is, Google optimization. They're saying, how can you let me be more visible to Google? Sean Hakes, that's Hakes. Sean, would you say that has been the business, the search engine business? It's truly saying, how do you make me visible to Google?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
for quite some time.
Aren't there even guidelines Google gives you on building sites?
There are, yeah. They started out as the Google Webmaster Guidelines, and now they're Google Search Essentials, but basically do's and don'ts that can get you, penalized if you cross them.
What happens if you cross their if you don't do what they like? What happens? What does the penalization look like?
So they have a algorithmic action against the site, which is, algorithmically they demote you in the search results.
Truly. If they don't like your website, they demote you.
Yeah, if there's certain things that you're violating on their terms, then they'll demote you algorithmically. And then if it's severe enough, they'll do it manually, which is someone at Google physically going and removing you from the search results.
So what are some of the things they don't like?
Paid links is probably the biggest.
What does that mean?
It's where you say, like, let's say I said, hey, I'm going to pay you $1,000 for you to put a link on your website to my website.
Why, they do paid links all the time.
Right, I know. Yeah, and then
wait.
Yep.
So they don't like, if you and I had a deal, let's say you had a really popular website, and I go to you and say, Sean, your website gets a whole crap load of hits. Can I pay you to put a link on your website?
So just the placing a link and paying them isn't against the guidelines. There's certain tags how you can tag the link. So if you're paying for that link, if you tag it as a sponsored link or a no follow, which means the SEO value from that site doesn't get passed through to your site because of that compensation, you're okay. But if
I want it to influence my site and be positive for my site, I'm not allowed to do it?
Then you can technically, will they catch you? Maybe, maybe not. But in some cases they do for sure. Yeah, I've done a lot of penalty removal. Google will give you an example of some of the websites that they have found that maybe you're buying links on, let's say, and they'll send you those, and you have to ask them to remove them and go through a whole reconsideration request process.
It's like they're the god of the internet.
Yeah, and it's getting pretty bad, especially with Google business profiles. We're seeing businesses all over the country getting suspended for no reason at all. Which harms their businesses quite a bit.
Do you think they have political leanings in their suspensions and promotions? Have you found that? If not, that's fine. I'm just curious. Do you?
I personally haven't seen. Yeah, I haven't seen anything
like content related. They don't penalize you for content they disagree with.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen any of that personally.
What about hate speech or something they would interpret as hate speech? Would they demote you for that?
Not that I've seen. It's dependent. I mean, back in the day, do you remember Ripoff Report? That was like a big way to smear people.
Isn't that still up?
It's up, but Google's pretty much gotten rid of it.
Why?
Search results. It could be a lot of different reasons. It's a smear site, right? People would go on there,
right? And they can write anything they want about anybody.
Right. There were some. It's been a while since it ranked really well, but there were some schemes going around, I guess, with Ripoff Report and how they got their rankings as well. So I'm sure.
Right, and they didn't let people respond sometimes if they didn't like them.
Yep.
So Google was the shiznits when it comes to search engines and search engine optimization. In fact, I know some SEO companies that don't do anything at all except work with Google. They don't, so really...
You didn't need to.
Call it what it is. It is Google optimization. That's really what it is. Right?
Yeah, and typically, if you do well in Google, because their guidelines are a little bit more strict, then you would do well in Bing, another...
Automatically.
Yeah.
So, how has AI changed this?
So right now there is some overlap with SEO and AI because AI search or LLMs, large language models, look at a lot of similar signals that Google looks at. So it looks at your consistency across the web, your name, address, phone number. It looks at reviews. Like ChatGPT will look at social media mentions and conversations. It'll look at Nextdoor, Reddit threads about you, what your reputation is on those. So there's a lot more that ChatGPT.
But it looks like chat, what you're saying, chat seems to be more organic than trickery.
Yeah, it is. And it looks at more sources for the rankings. Google's still very heavily reliant on links, whereas ChatGPT is more reliant on information that's out there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So they know about websites based on information. Google knows about websites based on what people feed them.
What people feed them, how they trick, Google through content, stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. There are tricks that people use for Google, and you can't really trick an AI model, can you?
You can, but it just takes a little more effort. Because they look at so many different sources.
And by the way, I invite people to call. We've done this before and it's wonderful. You can call us with your website or text us your website and we will look at it and Sean will give his expert opinion right off the bat on a few things free of charge. So whatever you want, there's no obligation. Tell us your website. We'll look at it, or even your social media sites. Now, I want to know then, with AI, are there tricks to get AI to look at things?
Yeah, it's new, right? So there's things like putting LLM text files, which is kind of like a sitemap for AI engines to look and understand your website. There's, with SEO, the crossover with AI and SEO is business directories, getting listed on those. Reviews, super important, driving reviews.
So the more sources of information you have, the better. For both Google
and the bigger your footprint.
So you want to be mentioned or looked at or have copy out there in all kinds of ways, all kinds of shapes and forms.
You do. So your advertising should really be a large net that covers a lot of different areas, whether it's Yelp, Google.
When you say covers, you mean
social media. Like, don't just focus on Google now. Like if you plan on doing well
in AI
now and in the future, don't focus just on Google. Have a strong social
So when
media
people
presence.
come to you now and they want enhancement, you do way more than just Google trickery. Because let's just call it what it is. That is what search engine optimization used to be. Google trickery. In fact, some companies would get your contract by saying, look what we've done for you overnight. And it's a trick and it doesn't last.
Yeah. I mean, SEO is very dynamic as far as, its ups and downs and things like that. And it changes all the time. So what a lot of SEO guys do is they look for what those changes are, and then they say, all right, how do we trick the latest change,
Right.
Or optimize, I guess, for it. But
right now, though, it's safe to say for Google optimization, for the current, until it's rapidly changing, well, let's say for conventional search engine optimization, they wanted to see a well-organized site with real information, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they want to see links, but they want to see the right kind of links. What kind of links do you good? What kind of links do you bad?
Let's say you're picked up in a local news story that was positive. It's a big authoritative news site. They link to you. That's a great link. I always say local chamber of commerces are good for links for local markets.
If your site shows up on other people's sites, those links have a lot of authority.
They do. They have a lot of influence with SEO.
Even if it's negative, even if they say don't go to this website and they put a link there.
Yeah, right.
I mean, what I'm saying is we had an idiot one time who I did sleazbrigade.com. By the way, I never did a thing for Sleaze Brigade to enhance it. It's got a lot of authority for some reason. And anyway, I had a story about this guy on Sleaze Brigade because he would take money and not fulfill orders. This guy went to the front page of his website and said, Tom Martino and sleazbrigade.com with the link. They're phony baloney. And he literally, my traffic went up because he kept telling people not to go there.
Yeah, totally.
So links can be positive or negative, but the link itself will give your site more authority. The more places you are linked from, the better.
Think about it, quality over quantity. So it's not really, you don't want to necessarily have a ton of links if they're garbage links. Google, they consider neighborhoods, right? So a bad neighborhood, a good neighborhood. So if you have a lot of bad links going to you, it has the same adverse effect. It can hurt you.
It can hurt you. Bad links. Okay. Yeah. But if you have a lot of links going to you, like somebody says, I found great information here, and they link, or somebody says, contact this guy to get consumer help, and they link. Those are good links.
Exactly.
How would that work in business? How would a good link work in business? Like I bought my door here, or I bought something here and it was great.
Yeah. I mean, let's say it's a real estate agent that has a list of their favorite contractors they use, and they list a roofer and handyman and things like that. Those are great as well.
What about social media when someone says on Nextdoor, go to this website or go here or go there?
Well, some social media is closed, so those links aren't.
They don't let you do it.
But there are Facebook and Instagram now. The posts are indexable now, which is
they let you link. Some sites don't let you post links, right?
Yeah, but most big sites like Facebook and Instagram and Reddit and things like that, Wikipedia, they include what are called no follow tags. So you get the link on the website, but technically you don't get any SEO benefit from it.
Oh, so wait a minute. So if they put a link for your site on their site, it does link people to you, but it doesn't give you credit.
Yeah, so that tag that you put in there, no follow, tells Google like, hey, we're not endorsing this website. Now, you might get benefit from the traffic that you'd get from it.
But you don't necessarily get SEO credit.
From the link itself, right?
Okay, so if someone comes today to look for search engine optimization, I think it should just be called increased visibility. I mean, I truly, that's what it is. Don't you think there's a time when AI will be the main place people search? Why would you bother searching anywhere else when you can just go to AI and ask a logical question? See, I used to worry when I went to Google, you'd go Google and then you do words and commas and try to And I would get a bunch of crap links along with good links. With AI, that never happens. I just ask straight out questions. Okay, I'm looking for something that is so specialized. Listen to this. On my helicopter, there's an engine door where you open it up to look at the engine. It's a very lightweight aluminum door. And it cracked, okay? The aluminum cracked in a spot, and I want to replace it. So I went to AI and said, where can I find a left-hand engine cowling door for an Enstrom 480B? I swear to God. Now, how do you put that in Google? Okay, I put that in Google just to see, and I put it in AI. You know what AI did? It gave me 4 places, not only that do it, but have them in stock. Wow. Google didn't do that.
Yeah, and you can also take a picture of it and put it in. Most people don't know this when they're troubleshooting like errors on their computers, things like that. You can screenshot what you're looking and upload it to AI.
I have this chat on my phone, and it has a camera icon. I literally sat there one night, and I was on a site called Atticus, which is a site, not a site, it's an app where you write your manuscript and format it for sale on Amazon and Kindle, and it helps you format the book. I was having a tough time finding out how to do certain things in this app, rather than going to the app and asking it, because help in most apps, we'll have to go to AI. So what I did was I literally held up my phone, hit the camera icon, and was narrating the problem. And it was like I had you sitting next to me telling me, no, see that thing up in the corner, that gear icon, click it. Then I clicked it, and it says, now pick option number 3. I mean, it was like having a person sitting next to me, and its eyeballs were my camera.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty
we're going to talk
amazing.
about how AI is going to be used in retail. Do you know there will be a time when you walk in a store and there won't be anyone there? We'll talk about that. I want your calls, though. And if you have a website and you're in business, you can text me or you can call us and just tell us about your website, and you'll get some free advice. I'm Tom Martino. More right after this.
Modular and offsite construction is booming. If you are an architect, building engineer, supplier, developer, or contractor, you can't miss this offsite construction summit at the Colorado Convention Center in Denver on September 18th. With the rising cost of traditional building, modular and offsite construction is changing the way companies build housing, retail, healthcare, restaurants, and more. This is your opportunity to create new business and learn from the industry's best. Don't miss it. Register today at offsiteconstructionnetwork.com.
Well, here's interesting. This is interesting. I have 2 attorneys I don't want you to use, and I'm going to tell you about them. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and I hope you never need him because that means you were injured. Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney. I hope you never need, because it would mean you're charged with something. John Fuller will answer all of your questions in a personal injury. If you are injured and need help, call John Fuller. He won't charge you for it. You don't have to sign up. Unlike most attorneys, you can just say, I want to talk to John. If you like what you hear, you can sign up on a percentage fee basis, and you continue to have that close communication with his personal cell phone. It's true. 303-597-4500. John Fuller, 597-4500. Now, let's talk about Joe Lazara. If you're in trouble and you need help, Joe Lazara can help you. And he's a criminal defense attorney. Need I say more? You may need to refer him to somebody, or you may need to talk to him. All consultations initially are free of charge, and then he will quote you a flat rate for your case if you need him. A flat rate, so you're not nickeled and dimed. Don't shop under pressure. We've done the shopping for you. Lazzara, 303-429-6200.
Thank you. 3.5 minutes.
My wife Susan and I started Done Right in Our Garage in 1985, doing a little everything. We've grown to be one of the largest companies of our kind in Colorado, specializing in kitchens, baths, counters, floors, finished basements, and windows and doors. Serving Colorado 40 years. And what an adventure it's been. We've learned that the fundamentals of a successful business never change. That is, treat people like you want to be treated, do good work, price fairly, and back up what you say. That's our success formula. Here's our son Todd.
That's right, Dad. Been hearing that my whole life from you and Mom. Folks, whether it's a first-class kitchen renovation, an awesome turnkey turnkey bathroom model, a full-service basement finish for some extra space, or replacement windows and doors that will wow you, give us a call. With an 8% scheduling incentive and bank financing to ask about, now couldn't be a better time.
Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. Call us to reserve your spot on our schedule. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or DRHI.com.
How do they become a large language model?
Yeah.
Just the amount of information they collect and train and process.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's fucking incredible.
Get funds. How do they get money? Because they don't charge like.
Well, I mean, Google has they're one of the biggest data holders in the world.
57739.
But what's to prevent a new AI company from gathering information from other AI companies and other
body of the
I mean, information, how do you tell where the information came from? People are suing Chat, I hear, and they sue these companies for infringing. How do they prove it? God,
yeah, I mean, and they're saying like ChatGPT. There's one article I was reading about how they're saying it encouraged this kid to like go commit suicide, stuff like that. So
I know.
They're dumb and
Facebook started.
Yeah.
So, Sean, who owns is GPT?
ChatGPT, yeah, it's owned by OpenAI. Are
they on the stock exchange?
No, they're a nonprofit right now. I think they're trying to get that change, which is why Elon Musk is suing them because Elon Musk used to be a part of it.
Sean, what's it called?
OpenAI.
So this company called OpenAI owns Chat.
GPT, yep. And then there's Anthropic, who owns Claude, which is another big AI large language.
And they're competitors with Google.
Yeah, they're all competitors of each other. All these large language models. Google owns their own called Gemini.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, so Gemini is Google's large language model. Facebook has one called Llama. And of course, Elon Musk's is Grok.
Do they have like a board of like your Lowe's? Do they have like a president?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was started by Sam Altman. That's his name.
Started what?
OpenAI, ChatGPT, Sam Altman.
So why did he do it nonprofit?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know if they were thinking about maybe doing it as like a open source originally, but then they saw how fast it took off and how much they could make. But
like a benefit to society.
Do you think AI will ever have ads?
Yeah, I just think that like I could build my own model and put clients that I want to be referred in
You
my
can.
ad. Yeah. And without it looking like an ad, it could be like a recommendation.
But what would you build it upon? What kind
Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I find this so fascinating. The world is changing around us. You know, don't even try to put your mind around AI. I mean, it's, and they call it a large language model. I don't know why, because are there any AIs that aren't large language? I mean, you know, in other words, they're all large language. Otherwise,
yeah.
So they ingest tons of information and then spit it back out again. And that's really what they do, but they do it in a conversational way or in a way that was never done before. You know, it used to be that you would go to Google. Now Google has Gemini, and Gemini will attempt to answer the question like Chat does. But I find more and more people using Chat or insert the name of your choice, whatever, Grok or whatever. I see them using it as their search engine. So how do you optimize a website to show up in AI? How do you do that, Sean? If someone comes to you for SEO work, what do you do?
So first step is build a strong entity recognition. So strong entity recognition, so consistency across all platforms, not just Google.
So consistency with the entity itself in social media and online and everywhere.
Yep, and it's the same
Meaning
thing with
the same
SEO.
name, the
name,
same
address, phone number, everything's exactly the same.
Okay.
There's some structured data which you can use on the website called schema. which helps
what is
them
schema?
understand it. It's a markup language which helps not only Google but the large language models better understand what the website or the business is about.
So is schema something the public reads?
No. Yeah, so you would see like FAQs, for an example, right? The accordions. You can mark up those frequently asked questions using schema. So when the search engines read it, as well as the large language models, they have more information about that particular.
But does AI look at your regular language, your regular English? Like, do they look at your website as a website?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, one thing that I have found, and this is what I don't know how it happened, but we get calls now from all over. I mean, we've always gotten a lot of calls from all over, but specifically, when I got some calls, specifically Alaska, Europe, I got some calls from New York, Florida. So, the Carolinas. So I've been asking a few people, by the way, how did you find out about us? And at least 3 of them told me AI. They went to artificial intelligence, I think it was chat, and they said, where can I get help for my consumer problem? And I think the reason I'm showing up is because it's unique. In other words, it's not like there are 1,000 consumer advocates on the radio, right? So I think that it found it and cataloged it somewhere and indexed it somewhere. In fact, if I ask certain questions about myself in AI, it comes back with incredible information about me. And I played a trick on it. And again, are my results geared toward me, or are my results what you would get to? Are they geared to you?
They're geared to your prior chats.
Okay. So when I trick them, I'm tricking them only for my chats. For example, I put in information. I said, I heard there's a guy on radio, blah, blah, blah. And I put some stuff in about myself. All right. Can you tell me more about him? Next time I went in, I asked about me, and that stuff that I fed to it came back to me. But that won't come back to you necessarily.
Right, because it's in your history. So it'll review that as well.
So that's kind of fake news. I mean, it's not really.
So clear out your chat sometime, or start a new account, a free account, and then ask it the same question. You'll see how it's a little bit different.
Okay. So in order for a website to show up in an artificial chat or a restaurant or some business, schema you mentioned, markup, what other things can you do? I mean, is it just being there out on the internet that eventually lets you show up? When we did the search, a guy called in about stair lifts, okay? The last thing on my mind was a stair lift, right? So he wanted to know, where can I find a stair lift? So we did a chat on stair lifts. And I asked a very simple question. I'm going to go to the question. And it brought up companies. Did it get those companies from Google?
So you can see at the bottom, it'll tell you the sources that it pulls from, but Google is one of them for sure. It looks at Google, it looks at Nextdoor, it looks at a lot of different sources.
I said, where can I buy a stair lift device for helping me go to my second floor? And it came up with companies. And the same companies were on your list, not necessarily in the same order, although I don't believe the order is in any kind of ranking. Then you asked it, can you rank these according to customer service or according to what, reviews?
Just rank these based on reviews.
So right now, people listening, if they ask, where can I buy a stair lift? Will it come up with the same ones that I came up with?
Well, so another thing that's interesting, ChatGPT, based on your IP address, thinks we're in Arvada too. So it'll
why is
also
that?
cater. It could be where your internet service provider center's at. That's connecting.
I'm on whatever.
But anyway, so it kind of like Google, it geolocates you too. So it'll also look at
right. It'll show you things. So that could be. Is your IP the same when you're on my Wi-Fi as mine?
Should be. Yep.
Okay, so we're going to get similar results as someone. So I'd like to do an experiment with some of my YouTube morons. I'd like to pick something. YouTube morons, are you game for this? I'm going to put it down here. Let's ask it for something. and see how our results vary. Okay? So what can we ask about? I don't want to ask about something so common.
Like a home service or
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you, but I want to ask it about something really weird. Not that weird, but like let's think.
Window cleaning?
Okay. How about this? Where and I'm putting it on my chat in YouTube so you guys can copy it and do it. Where can I buy a good reverse osmosis? I want you guys to use my exact words. Osmosis drinking system. Where can I buy a good reverse osmosis system for my kitchen sink? Okay, guys, it's on the chat. I'm going to put it on the chat, okay? I want you to copy that and do it on your chat and let me know the results you get. Where can I buy a good reverse osmosis system for my kitchen sink? So I'm going to start a new chat and I'm going to ask it, okay? Let's see what it brings to me, what it gives me. Okay, I just asked, and we'll talk about this and the YouTube results right after this.
Yep.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Yeah, we've had a few accidents. We're trying to track one down on 270. It looks like westbound near Vasquez. No details on that, but it is backed up on the I-70. So if you're coming in from the east and usually use that to go north, stick with I-70 certainly, and maybe I-25. I-25 has been affected a little bit with an accident up near the Thornton Parkway. Northbound 25 at 6, right lane crash. That's backed up to Broadway, and they're still trying to clear one up on C470 at Morrison. That's eastbound. They got the left lane still blocked with a backup almost to Alameda. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
If you're looking for a discount with a bath, go to discountbath.com. It's more than just the name of a company. He believes in providing discounts, lower profits, and better value to you. And he says, if you don't believe it, put us to the test. We're so confident about our pricing, we don't even have to come to your house. So if you go to discountbath.com, you can get a link where you can upload video. So take a video with your smartphone of the bath you want to change. Tell it what you want. Just say, hey, I want to move this vanity. I want to move this shower. I want to expand the shower. I want to add a wall here or a toilet here. Whatever you do, do it on that video, upload it, and they give you a price without coming to your home. Of course, they're always happy to talk to you if you have any questions. So discountbath.com will talk to you at 720-979-2322. They will come and do a full estimate if you want, or you can do it online. 720-979-2322. Sheridan Auto Tech. For electrical issues, yes. For regular engine problems, yes. For maintenance and oil changes, yes. All of the above. They're in a great location on West Colfax, west of Wadsworth, out in Lakewood. Plenty of parking, a beautiful facility. They even do electrical problems. If you need someone to help maintain your car, as I said, they do mine. SheridanAutotech.com. 303-455-7242. Trust, experience, education, value, everything you need. 455-7242.
Yep.
So,
can we talk about how dumb AI can also be?
What's that?
How to get really bad information from AI.
Okay, good. And I want to talk about retail stores too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
All right, let me put that down. Bad information, retail. Okay. So bad information. retail. AI retail.
First link technology chip with Instro.
Mm-mm.
Stuff. They did ours years ago. And then we had to really be cognizant of the keywords as an agent.
I want to know, YouTube morons. I want to know if you put that in there and what even if it's location specific, I want to know about it. Where can I buy a good reverse osmosis system for my kitchen sink? The results I got were all over the board. It says what to look for in an RO system.
A couple generic results like Home Depot and Lowe's.
Right. It gave brands. But it really didn't give any companies. Not one company.
Online retailers, Amazon, Walmart. Mm-hmm. Local plumbing supplier.
I didn't get any. Literally, I didn't get any companies.
You could ask it.
Oh wait,
Denver.
Oh my God, Water Pros came up number one. No, look at this. Water Pros came up number one.
Is that Paul's company?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came up.
On AI, it came up number one.
Sherry Advisors, TrajanWealth.com.
But is it just for you? Because I don't see it.
I don't know. Hold on.
I don't see it online.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. So I did a question on AI, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened to me. Now, was this specifically geared for me? I've never put Water Pros in my AI chats ever. Water Pros, okay? Does it listen to my radio show, for God's sakes? But here's what I did. Listen to this. Where can I buy a good reverse osmosis system for my kitchen sink? The very first thing it said was what to look for in an RO system. And it went for contaminant removal, stages of filtration, flow rate, waterways, space, requirements, filter replacement, cost, and ease. Then it went to general brands. It said, here are some of the top brands, RO systems. And it gave me at least 10 different, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 different, 5. Oh, wait, actually, okay. It gave me about 10 brands, as I said. Then it says, here are some of the highlights of those brands. This one will do this one will do that. It'll have fast flow, minimum space, blah, blah, blah. Then it says, if you tell me your budget range, we can narrow it down even more. And I said, but where is a company? I asked a follow-up question. What about full service companies that install reverse osmosis systems? The number one in my answer was Water Pros Denver. Now, Water Pros is my company that I advertise for. Do you think, how did it know? Like in other words, are you saying it came up in mine because it's a sponsor of mine and I know them? Or because that would be a weird way to do search engine if it went by your, but I never put Water Pros in my search history before.
Yeah, so I did the same thing. I just said full service companies that install them. That's all I said.
And okay, full service companies that install them.
I got Plumbline,
Yep.
Brothers, Culligan, then Water Pros.
But Water Pros showed up with the big guys up there. That's good.
Yeah, they're on there. Done. A couple others.
Mine was Water Pros, Spartan, Colorado Water Purification, Your Plumber LLC, Culligan, Flatirons, blah. But Water Pros was number one. Okay. If I never put my preferences or my companies or my people that I know in my previous chats, would it still find out a connection between us because of radio shows and podcasts and stuff like that or not?
I mean, it could. I mean, there's a lot of dependencies. It could be which model you're using. Do you have add-ons, browser add-ons that manipulate what you see? There's a lot of, different things that can control to a degree what your output is.
Okay. I'm very thrilled, though, that Water Pros came up in that.
Yeah, they're on mine, too.
And it came up in yours, and it came up in Bo's as well. Bo did it, we bought it, and in the top, it came up in the top 5. So that's really pretty cool. In any case, here's the bottom line. The results are slightly different, but that would be for Google too, right? Google's slightly different if I search Google, right?
Yeah.
If I ask the same question, by the way, I want to know what YouTubers found. My morons, did you do it, and what did you find? Let's see. It associates Tom Martino with Water Pros, one guy says, together from the data it pulls online. My first result was something spring so-and-so, so he didn't get that. I want to know, somebody else listed retailers as Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot. Those are, some of the bigger ones. And somebody else said, this is a regular text, said I used Perplexity and it showed Water Pros. So the different search engines, large language models will show different things. But here's what I'm asking. Am I correct in my assumption that more and more people will use AI? Do you think there will be a time when we're even owner's manuals? Okay, I have Garmin Pilot that I use to navigate in my helicopter. I use it on the iPad, on my computer, and I have an installed radio that has Garmin Pilot. That's the app. I am tired of searching through its help menu, because you have to go through a help menu is ridiculous when you consider AI. I simply use AI now as its help manual. I use AI for most help manuals. I have a bespoke washer-dryer combination that does some steam, sanitation, and dry cleaning. I don't even bother going into that stupid user manual. User manuals are cumbersome. I simply ask it, I want to do 3 wool sweaters on my bespoke. How do I do it? It gives me 5 steps. Boom, I'm done. Do you why aren't owners' manuals converting to AI?
I think they will. And it's interesting you bring that up, because think about websites today are like that owner's manual. So websites are going to be changing.
All right, I want to talk about that. And again, retail stores, but I have to take a break. This is a fascinating topic, folks. Going through an owner's manual is like driving a Model T Ford. I mean, why would you bother stumbling through the damn thing or the index trying to find what you need? I mean, think about that. In an owner's manual with something very complicated, you simply ask a question and it tells you the answer instead. More right after this.
Yep.
Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Amazing.
We've had a few accidents. We're trying to track one down on 270. It looks like westbound near Vasquez. No details on that, but it is backed up on the I-70. So if you're coming in from the east and usually use that to go north, stick with I-70 certainly, and maybe I-25. I-25 has been affected a little bit with an accident up near the Thornton Parkway. Northbound 25 at 6, right lane crash. That's backed up Broadway, and still trying to throw one up on C470 at Morrison. That's eastbound. They got the left lane still blocked with a backup almost to Alameda. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
A week from Saturday, that's the 27th, I will be putting on a seminar with Vestera Turnkey. Vestera is a way to become a landlord without the conventional risks or hassles. Vestera Turnkey can help you acquire a property in a great market and then help you manage that property, even take your day-to-day phone calls. They hold your hand through the whole process and then tell you when to sell it and help you sell it. Get the maximum returns on being a landlord. 303-888-3788. And please sign up for the seminar, mybiggestreturn.com. mybiggestreturn.com. Hey, Red Rocks Roof and Solar, they're doing commercial solar systems, and I urge you to call them. If you have a home-based business, an agribusiness, a strip mall, an apartment house, any kind of real estate, or you're doing other kinds of business, they can get this solar system paid for mostly by the government, and then they can show you how to make positive cash flow selling the power. 303-704-2449. Never pay for electricity again. 303-704-2449. RedRocksRS.com.
Thank you. 3.5.
Thanks, man.
A lot of people don't understand the difference between AI and machine learning as well. So that's kind of an interesting concept.
What is machine learning?
That means that it like if you put AI on your website, for example, it doesn't mean that it's going to learn and adapt over time unless it has that machine learning component where it takes the data that it gets in and it changes based on a lot of different scenarios.
Are you saying websites are going to change?
So
can they actually make a website for you?
Yeah, so like how I'm building websites right now is the website doesn't have multiple pages like you'd build for Google. It's one page. All of your knowledge base for your company is built into your own mini LLM for your website. So they can get their answers instantly to what your company is. But also...
So really, it's not a menu driven.
No, and depending on what
how does that do
query is.
Google, though?
Well, you have to do both right now. So the way that we're doing hybrid sites now, so it's like you go to the main page, it's got all your answers right there in your chat, but then you can still drill down.
Still menu it.
Because Google needs to index content. And
that's so old-fashioned, index content.
It's crazy how it's changing so fast. But also,
Google, do you think Google's scrambling to meet these?
Oh, yeah, because ChatGPT is coming up fast on them. I think last statistic I heard, I'd have to double-check it, but I think they said they're at like 30% now of what they're catching to Google with market share wise. So Google had like 80% of market share. Now they're down to, they are, because they charge, like I paid $200 a month to have access to their ChatGPT.
I have $20 a month. Why do you pay $200 a month?
You get all their advanced models, APIs and everything else. And then I have my team accounts too. So I pay for every team member that has access to my own account. So we create custom GPTs. So like ways that we can do tasks quicker internally.
So
that only our
team
team
go to
can
my
access.
website, and I could have them ask a consumer question that's answered by AI.
Yeah, so like our site has a AI agent that I built that does onboarding for new clients. It does sales.
And you have to pay for that.
Does tech support. No, because I built it. I pay for the API access, but it's like minimal.
So 303 Martino could have a component that people simply ask me a question.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Troubleshooter.com site would be great. It could be like a legit
for everybody.
Yeah, for everything too.
Every little bit helps.
We could monetize this shit.
And you get to keep the data too, which is great for shows.
Because the whole expression troubleshooting.
Yeah, it's the perfect name. So you could have an AI troubleshooter that does it 24/7.
Let's see, because we should get it. Let me turn our mics up.
It all sounds the same.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. I'm going to ask Sean very quickly here. And by the way, people, you can call in with any questions. Doesn't have to be tech related. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, or 303-Martino. This is fascinating. So the way websites are being built will change. Sean Hakes with Simpler.com, Sympler with a Y. So how will a website be different using AI?
Now like the user manual that you were just talking about.
Right.
To get them flip through everything. That's
Yeah.
So you got to go through the navigation.
You got to go through menus. You got to figure out, first of all, where the hell is it? Some of them put web site maps up there because you have to drill down. So you're saying it'll just be a search. You just ask it a question. You can ask, do you come to Arvada? You can ask, do you do this? Do you do that? You don't have to go through a menu. That's going to be incredible. That will be, are you building sites like that right now? And you're building chat into them. Okay, more coming up on this and more about AI.
Hey, Sean?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Do you think that there's a version of AI that could have turned on your microphone during that last
Hey,
segment?
I turned it on at the last minute. No, not the last minute.
No, not the last minute. No, he wasn't on.
No, he should have been because I was.
I couldn't myself in my.
You can.
I couldn't in my ears.
Well, right now, are you? You're on right now.
Yeah, he's on now. He wasn't on the air.
Ah, shut up. I'm going to talk.
Okay. I just want.
All right, good. Gotcha.
It's not like we're not going to miss you, Tom. Briefly.
Yeah. Wow.
So, no one wants to deal with AI.
Who said that?
Mr. B.
On YouTube?
Which is partially true because AI has historically been so bad because it's new.
That's not true. Everyone wants to deal. I would rather deal with AI than drill through a menu. I'm not talking about replacing humans. I'm talking about when you go to a website, I don't want to have to drill through a menu.
Think about it from our client's perspective too, right? If they want quick information about their rankings rather than playing phone tag or getting back and forth, emails, they can just go and ask the AI agent and give them everything they want right there. It's a lot faster.
But when you put an AI agent onto a website, who's paying for that technology? No one?
Well, it depends. So we build our own. So all we're paying is the API fees to whatever language models we use.
Hi. How you doing in the
so
last 2
somebody
hours?
has to pay for it.
Are you?
But it's minimal. Yeah, I mean, so like we charge a subscription to have access to the model that we build and train.
Respite of this place.
So each company we interview and we go through this in-depth process to build.
So does each company have its own AI agent?
Yeah, exactly.
Germane to them.
Yep.
But really, why would you? Because if you ask a question outside of it, it'll still answer it.
But it doesn't know the intricacies of each business.
Okay. Okay, so you want it to feed back stuff about the business.
Specifics.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, I need to.
And you can integrate it with CRMs and everything else. So
it knows if you're a company. So if you go to a website and you type in, you guys do water heaters, and it says, Mr. Martino, how was that furnace we installed? In other words, they know about me as a customer.
Actor Robert Redford has died. Redford, known for his work both in front of and behind the camera. In 1981, Redford won a Best Director Oscar for Ordinary People. Robert Redford was 89. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Sharing has never meant as much as it does now. We share the things we love most in life for the world to see. But what if we could actually do more with our sharing than just collect likes?
I can't go number 2 anymore.
No. You missed one of the best yet phone calls I had to deal with. Very nice woman. Very nice.
Or whatever's important to you.
Um,
We've created a place that'll help you get your experience out to
so
the world.
I'm like,
If you have a story,
I'm not
share it. If you have a solution,
I'm not getting
share that too.
I don't have any emails from this.
Because together we are stronger.
So she calls back. Well, I mean, we're calling as I'm searching the email. And she goes, "No, I'm typing in HELPATROU. And I'm like, okay, stop right there. Think I know the issue. I said, have you ever sent an email before? She said, no, I have it. I don't send them. I just receive them. Like, okay. All right. Had to basically walk her through the steps of attachments. That was a little bit of a, you know. But ultimately, it all went right.
Yay. Sponsored by yrefi.com.
Oh my God. Whew.
Is private student loan debt ruining your life? It doesn't have to. YRefi refinances private student loans that others won't touch. And we don't care what your credit score is. Just go to yrefi.com. That's YREFI.com.
I can tell who's on the board.
So John,
Not you.
That's on the chat. He's a friend of mine. Good SEO guy too.
What's that?
The guy in the chat, John Braddock.
Oh my.
He's a friend of mine, but he's great SEO.
Lord, love a duck.
Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce. Things such as deployment, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated, and the lawyer you choose needs to be equipped to handle them. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
It's the Dan Capla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6. This is Heidi Canal. I'll be filling in.
for Dan Kaplis Tuesday. I look forward to joining you to talk all things Colorado. See you then.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. What's going on in your life this hour? Brought to you by Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. If you're looking to sell your house or you're not sure, this is a tricky market. There's a glut of houses now on the market. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the market. What will your house bring on the market? He will do a complete analysis before you list with no obligation to list, free of charge. If you're wondering, what will my house sell for? What will I net? Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, 303-920-1622. So AI is changing the world. And I did this show because a lot of people are now doing websites, and they're also doing search engine optimization based on old technology. While Google still is pretty consistently a leader in search engines, the market share taken by chat is frightening. Frightening. Chat is where you go in and you can search by asking a question. I went in and said, where can I find a good reverse osmosis system for my kitchen sink? You can go in and ask it anything. You don't have to worry about Google and its weird algorithms. So with a website, you want to make sure it's optimized for artificial intelligence. In fact, think about this. When you go to a website, have you ever gone to a website and you think, oh God, you're overwhelmed by the menus. You don't know which menu tree to follow to get to what you need. You're not sure if they need what you need. If you do a search of their site, it comes up with all kinds of weird results. Think about it. Like referral list, referralist.com. You got to drill down to all the different categories. What if you just put on there is, I'm looking for this, boom, and it brings up my referral list members that do that or associated with that. So Sean Hakes is with me. He's with Simpler with a Y, simpler.com. That's SYMPLER. He does search engine optimization, website building, commercial, digital marketing, all kinds of stuff relating to the internet. And he's been doing it for years and years and years. Sean says they're developing websites now that are hybrid. The normal website with that ridiculous menu tree, you know, and it is a menu tree. You got to drill down to find what you want. But instead of doing that, it's AI based. So explain how that works, Sean.
Yeah, so you hit the website and typically you'll see like a hero banner or something like that, you know, that kind of cycles through specials and things like that.
Yeah.
Instead, it's a chat box that you just ask it directly what you want.
And then it drills down the website for you.
Yeah, it pulls whatever you want out
so
instantly.
If you go to like Plumline Services and you say, do you do this? Or where can I find this? And it searches their site.
Right, yeah. So it loads it up into the database, and it, you know, you can redirect them to another link. You can integrate it with the booking system so they can book immediately right there from the chat instead of having to call someone to set an appointment.
There is going to be a massive market out there for rebuilding websites.
There is, yeah, and it's changing pretty quick.
Doing them now? Are there any fully AI websites right now?
They're getting there. So I mean, we're kind of shifting. I mean, we have to do the hybrid approach right now. Google's still by far the market leader right now as far as sheer search volume and traffic and things like that, which is why you still have to have that old school hierarchy, where they can download.
Remember, what Google does now is they literally look at your menus, and the more logical your menus, the higher you're ranked. You still have to do that. But what about people who simply want to go to a site and find something? the idea of indexing, you know, like with an owner's manual, sometimes I'll go to the index. I have a lock on my door that is electronic, okay? It's a digital lock, I should say. And that digital lock, you can change the code for getting in the door, right? To change that code, you have an owner's manual on an app. How do you find out how to change the code? Well, I go to the index and I look for code, the word code. And then it brings up all kinds of chapters where the word code is used. And I look for the chapter that talks about programming the code. Now I go to that paragraph and it's a pain in the ass. So I have to teach myself, I have to find it in the owner's manual. Have you ever looked at your automobile, your car's owner's manual? If I wanted to change something or I wanted to find out what a button is, you have to search through the owner's manual page after page or go to the index. The index is my friend where I find a word and then I drill down to the paragraph and find what I want. I want an owner's manual where I can simply say, how do I reset my trip odometer? Period. That's what I want.
Yeah, and I don't even think you would. I mean, having an owner's manual might not even be relevant because you can take a picture of whatever it is that you want to fix, put it into ChatGPT, and just ask.
That's true. I mean,
yeah.
Chat is the owner's manual
right.
for me.
Yeah.
I use Chat right now for every major appliance and appliance I have. I never open an owner's manual anymore, ever. I was on one of my airplanes had a problem, and I put in all of the symptoms, and it found the problem and told me where to look. And it was exactly as they said it would be. Think about all you can do with AI. Now, having said all of that, why would you want to look through an owner's manual? I hate owner's manuals. So I think they're going to replace owner's manuals. I think AI will replace the menu structure of a website. When you go to a website, theoretically in the future, right now, you still have to have the old menus for Google. But theoretically, in the future, it'll be a one-page site. Welcome to so-and-so, right? Isn't that really?
Yeah.
And
it'll know what you're looking for.
It'll only bring up what you ask.
Yeah, and each experience might be unique to that specific user. So what you see might be different than what I see.
So when I put in, if I went to Plumline, plumline.com or plumlineservices.com, Plumline, I go to Plumline, right? And I pull up, I'm looking for a high efficiency furnace, okay? So I ask Plumline about the high efficiency furnace. And it says, welcome back, Tom. How is that water heater? I mean, it could literally look and know me from their customer or their customer management system, right?
You could integrate it with that. You could integrate it with cookies. I mean, a lot of different ways to.
But think about it. I mean, to me, that's an incredible enhancement rather than having a website where you have to go down to the menus and figure out what you're doing. There would be no more menus. I mean, ideally, there would be no more menus. I mean, wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, it's instant information at your
So
fingertips.
now, talking about retail, how will it change retail? Would it be possible? Is it possible to actually have in reality, is it possible to have a store where you walk in and you can order something and look at things? And if so, what would you do about security? What would you do about all of that stuff? And what would you do about payment? What would you do about looking for what you want? And where would you look? I mean, you say you're designing that right now in Castle Rock. I want to talk about that. I'd like to know what people think about it. And again, if you have a website that you would like us to look at, we'll also do that. But think about future websites. One page. You go on the page and you say, blah, blah, blah. And it just brings up what you need. No need for hundreds and hundreds of pages indexed through a drop-down menu. Half the time, not logical anyway. It will revolutionize it. as I said, owner's manuals will be a thing of the past. Why have an owner's manual? Why? Can anyone tell me? Even I call them my old farts on YouTube because they are very, very slow to change. They are very, very conventional on everything. YouTube morons, tell me, wouldn't you much rather have an AI model and ignore all of the drilling down of words and trying to figure out where they put the information? I think the worst of all of them, are car owner manuals. Just a simple thing in a car takes minutes and minutes and minutes of trying to find it. Really, try one time to look up something in your car's owner's manual. And I'm talking about the newer cars with all the fancy crap in it. Try to figure out how to do something in your car. I had something I wanted to change a display on my car. I swear to God, it took me 40 minutes to find it. And I was drilling down to each menu item, each indexed item. And then they have the most cumbersome paragraphs explaining how to do it. I went to my AI and I said, how do I change the display from this to this? Boom. It told me in 5 seconds and gave me step by step. So again, things will be much simpler as we go forward. 303-713-8255.
Done Right Kitchens, baths, counters and floors, finished basements, windows and doors. Our 8% scheduling incentive and bank financing to ask about. Make a great time to call. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
But it'll also have an instructor.
You know what? The Art of Granite will give you a price on the phone. They're so proud of their prices. All you have to do is call them, and you can tell them what you want, whether it's granite, any other stone, or man-made material. They do it all. They do wholesale on all countertop materials. Tear out and haul away is always free. Once you get your price and you like it, they'll come out, template, and measure. And then 3 weeks later, you got countertops being installed. 303-386-5919. Get your price right now. 303-386-5919, theartofgranite.com. Last week, I had both of my family cars, one for me, one for my daughter, at Sheridan Auto Tech being serviced. They have value for sure. I mean, loads less than dealers. They have great customer service, knowledge, know-how, honesty, experience, everything you want. They even do electrical issues. And my daughter had an electrical issue that they were able to solve. SheridanAutoTech.com. 303-455-7242. I wouldn't even think about going to a dealer anymore. 303-455-7242. You know, YouTube videos are good. They do help you a lot. Mm-hmm. But see, AI can point you to a YouTube video. They'll give you a link to one. I've had that happen too. Mm-hmm. So if you did one just an AI site, it wouldn't rank well, would it? Without the menus tree.
Yeah, not in Google. I mean, you got to have that extra content to index. And technically with ChatGPT and stuff like that, they consume that content as well. But eventually you'll be able to use those. They're called LLM.txt files. So you can put all the information about your business in this one file, so it doesn't need to go download a bunch of pages.
Jesus Christ.
So,
and then it just pulls out what it needs.
Mm-hmm. So it's cool. I mean, another thing would be interesting is to talk about the impact on the jobs that AI is having. That's a hot topic.
Lot to talk about, brother.
All summer, your AC has been running through your furnace, coating it with dirt, dust, and debris. The #1 killer of furnaces. Don't wait for costly breakdowns with the first cold snap. Get Fix It 24/7. An extreme clean, check and tune, just $39. The only ones who truly clean each and every part. Like a refurbishment for new customers, just $39. Protect your system and your wallet. Fix It 24/7. Hometown partners of the Broncos. Go to fixmyhome.com. Click book now. Long-term care is the biggest risk facing people over the age of 65. Joe, how can you protect yourself against this risk?
Long-term care insurance is very expensive. Our annuity includes a long-term care benefit.
And as a client of Joe's who has a family history of needing long-term care, this benefit is very important to me.
Protect yourself. Call Joe and the gang 303-779-6600 or go to mymoney.myway.com.
It's the Vamos Broncos watch party September 21st at Empower Field at Mile High against the Chargers. Fans here in Denver can enjoy big screens, culture, food trucks, and a bar menu, face paint, and more. It's free. Get tickets at denverbroncos.com/VamosBroncos.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Bet365.
Game 2 of the Atlantic Dream Indiana Fever series is tonight, with the Dream looking to lock up a spot in the semis with a win on the road in Indianapolis. The game will be the first playoff game hosted by the Fever since 2016. They'll need to win to avoid elimination in the best-of-3 series. Tip-off is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcast.
Football is back. Get ready for the season at Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, always on the forefront of technology and information. And I want to talk about retail right now. How would an AI retail store look? Sean is actually designing one right now for floor coverings, right?
Yeah, for floors.
But basically, I envision an AI store, something like a McDonald's I've seen, where you walk into a kiosk, you put in what you want, then you pay with a credit card and go to the counter and pick it up, except there was a person at the counter and there was a person assembling it in the back. However, that will be no problem whatsoever. To have an assembly line where a burger sits there, goes through, gets cooked, comes out, goes on a bun, and adds the ingredients you just put into the kiosk, wraps it up, and throws it out on the counter. I can see that being all AI. I think that's where things are going. What about you?
Yeah, and with the floor, I mean, with
floor company store. First of all, I walk up to the store. What's going to keep people from walking in and sleeping there, or just stealing stuff?
Yeah, so it'd be a little bit of a process. So you're at your house. Let's say you're researching a flooring company. You'd have an app. The app would allow you to measure your floors. You'd speak with a virtual agent.
You can measure your floors with LiDAR right now with your phone.
Yeah, if you have a newer phone, they typically have LiDAR built in, so you don't need someone to come into your home anymore to measure your floors, and it can walk you through how to do it correctly, like moving shoes and things that are maybe on the floor that would hinder the results. But anyway, and then you can interview with the chat agent about what type of flooring. Are you looking for LVP? Are you looking for laminate?
Before you even go to the store.
Before you even go. Narrow it down. You show up at the store. So with the app, you would required to connect like a credit card for incidentals, things like that. You'd go to the store, you'd unlock the door with the Bluetooth device on your phone through the app, and you'd have a time session in there. You walk in, you're introduced by the AI agent, maybe on a TV, something like that. Hey, Mr. Martino.
Hey, welcome, Tom. And then the door locks behind you, so you're the only one in there.
Locks behind you.
So you make appointments, and you go to the store in your appointment slot, and you're there alone. The AI agent greets you, and then what? I'm looking for a certain kind of floor cover.
So based on your conversation previously, it'll highlight the displays that it wants you to look at. Say, welcome.
And you'll have
we've
highlighted fitting and tile and all of that.
Yeah, we've highlighted all the displays in blue.
And you don't have to worry so much about theft in a floor covering store because you're only going to have samples.
Yeah, samples and easily replaced.
So then what?
So you can scan the actual individual products, and the rep will pop up talking about the products. You can ask the AI agent in the store, which would be just microphones and speakers that you're talking to.
So how does this hold up under traffic, or how would this be, whatever? You ask it questions about the floor covering.
Yeah. And it would, it'd be a very specific, you mean as far as how the system would handle it?
I'm a consumer and I want questions like, does this LVP, how is it with dogs walking on it?
Yeah, so we install a very in-depth knowledge base about every single product, whether it's carpet.
Okay, I ask my questions, and then I decide on one. Then what?
Yeah, so in this particular one, there's going to be a design center, so you can go, like if you have a picture of your house, you can throw it up on the big screen and then start swiping the products that you want to see in your house, so you can see a visualization of it
on a screen.
And then for the people that want to take it a step further, maybe take a sample back to their house, they can check them out like you would a library book at the library. And then all through the app, you can schedule the appointment. You can select your flooring. It'll give you a price because it'll have the measurements. And then really the only people interaction would be with the installers. However, if you wanted to speak to a real person, a real sales agent, you could do that as well. So it'd kind of cater to both.
And so you could literally go into a floor covering store, make a selection, find out information, make a selection, purchase it, and then the next thing you know, installers are showing up to put it in.
Right. Yep. And the cost of the flooring would be quite a bit less because now you have significantly less overhead as well.
I mean, think about all the steps it saves. Well, I think fast food service will be one of the first industries we see all AI, don't you?
Yeah, I'd say
think about
they're probably 80% there already. So
no, really, the only thing you have young people in the back fixing the food, and then they literally put the bag on the counter with your number on it, and you come and get your food. So the preparation of that food would have to be more automated, and they're working on that right now. They are.
I even heard in roofing they're building a like an AI robot to replace roofs. So I mean, you never know which industry is going to be hit next.
You're talking about the actual labor,
the labor side of it,
the labor side,
in the roof.
The service side. I can see it happening. I mean, I can see where AI can be used for intake interviews for almost every company there is. I mean, now people on YouTube are saying they'd rather interact. They don't want to interact with AI. And sometimes when I called a place one time, and they didn't try to trick me. They said, "I am your AI assistant. Ask me anything." So I did, and it was actually pretty knowledgeable. And then it connected me to a person at the end. But it did most of the interviewing, so the person had an idea of what I was calling about.
Yeah, it helps the experience be more consistent a lot of times. But AI is getting so good that a lot of times, unless it announces it like that, which is good, but
I know
you might not even know.
I know.
Yep.
So what kind of stores do you envision having total AI experience? Floor coverings lend itself pretty well. What else? I mean, there could be other home services.
Yeah, I mean, there's some apps too where you can go scan if you're having issues in your home. You can scan those problems, get them uploaded, get them diagnosed.
What about appliances? I can see no reason to ever talk to anyone about an appliance.
Appliances, for sure, that would be a pretty easy one to do.
I mean, right now, if you think about it, with the searching on the internet or AI and stuff, when you go to a store, sometimes you already know what you want.
Right.
I mean, it's almost like a trip to the store is useless. I mean, if you want to look at the physical item, you can. And Amazon's doing a lot to condition people. It used to be we had to be somewhere, touch it and feel it to really buy it. Amazon took away the touching and feeling. They really did. Amazon conditioned us all.
And the convenience.
Oh, there's almost nothing I can't get the next day. There's almost nothing. So why wouldn't you be able to do that on Amazon? Why go to a store at all with floor coverings? I mean, you know, really, you could do almost all of it online without going to a store.
You could, if you know exactly what you want. You don't need to touch and feel it. You could do it online. I mean, you could even, to a degree, virtually do it online. You know, with apps, you know, you can scan your floor, replace the floor coverings with whatever you choose through the virtual.
There will be some growing pains, like when you measure your floor and it sees a sofa there, does it assume the floor covering goes under the sofa or around the sofa?
Yeah, so the way that we're building it, it would recognize if there's something blocking the wall lines. So it'll tell you, you know, to get an accurate measurement, you have to move that item so it can scan the floor.
Okay.
It'll follow the baseboards, you know, whatever's on the ground. So if there's shoes sitting there, it'll say remove the shoes.
Okay. Although I imagine it could interpolate what goes from point A to point B behind the couch.
It can, yeah, just like Teslas do with, you know, the vision, you know, as far as assuming there's a car in front of the car in front of you.
And by the way, speaking of cars, I can think of no reason in the world for car dealers anymore. Service centers, yes, but why a car dealer? Why would you have to sit down and talk to a salesperson? Tesla basically has taken that model from manufacturer to consumer. I mean, I see that happening very soon in the auto business. Autos are very easy. Now, to schedule a test drive and things like that, that might be a little weird. You know, you walk in, you know, again, you always have to worry about security and thievery and all of that. But I don't see why you couldn't go to a car dealer and basically look at all the floor models and pick a car, pay for a car, and take delivery of a car. Why do you need a salesperson at all? I mean, now, obviously, the old-fashioned horse trading salespeople, they want to be there to try to upsell you on things. But I think those days are numbered. I do. I think car dealers could be virtual, like Tesla. Take the Tesla model and basically buy a car. I mean, I would love to be able to go to a dealership, look at cars, pick one I like, and buy it.
I think the trouble with that is the state has to catch up to the technology, you know, as far as having a licensed
that's
salesperson do the paperwork and things like that. But once the state catches up, that would seems like a slam dunk.
Yeah, and I think that, speaking of that, DMV. I mean, I can think of no reason someone is at the DMV department except to piss you off. I mean, when you go to a DMV department, you go up there to register a car, it wants to see certain documents, and it spits out a registration. Why do we need a clerk there? Why? In fact, that's something that should be done online too. Again, when scanners become more sophisticated, that's the whole part, is when people have to look at things, look at documents. You know, that's one of the weak spots. But I can see that happening in the future where DMV is virtual. Or when I say virtual, that doesn't mean there could be a kiosk, for example. You feed your old registration through it, or you feed your new form you got from the car dealer in order to register it. Do you think right now technology is working on replacing people as much as possible?
Yeah, I mean, people probably won't say it, but, you know, AI is definitely come.
It's going to take jobs.
It is. Yeah, I think it'll take the jobs of the people that don't want to work anyway.
Right.
But, you know, but the people that truly do enjoy working, I think there'll always be a place for them.
But right now, though, what about coding and what about technology jobs? Is AI a substitute?
Yeah, I mean, I would, if I was reliant just on being a coder, I would be concerned for sure.
It can actually code?
It can, yeah. And you can have it build out. There's a lot of
show it a website design and then it'll code it to make
you
it look like
you can take a screenshot of a site and say, hey, I really like this website. Can you create one similar with all your business information in there? And it'll generate the HTML. Now you still have to know a little bit of tech. You need to know how web servers work, how to upload files.
This is in its infancy. Think about, there was a time we never thought a large language model would exist, let alone happen. And now it's in its infancy, and we're already thinking about ways it's going to replace people. We have more coming up, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. It's a scary new world, isn't it? By the way, Dan McKenzie will do a will or an estate plan for you. I don't think they've figured out how AI can do that yet. Dan McKenzie, truly, if you're looking to leave an estate, if you're looking to bypass that, maybe a charitable trust, whatever it is when it comes to estate planning, Dan McKenzie can do it, from a simple will to a trust to maybe even an LLC to help pass on your property. That's one creative way he's come up with. McKenzie Law. 833-CO-PLANS, 833-CO-PLANS, or coplans.co.
That's another industry attorney.
Oh, man.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
All right, not too bad on the drive out here. Volume on the freeways,
charging
pretty
to
light.
do
Got
video.
some slowing.
Where are they
I-70
charging? What kind of
eastbound,
video
looks like
charges?
Tower out through Colfax, 270 both directions out of Commerce City. I-70 westbound, Colorado to Brighton has been sluggish, and a little bit of traffic coming in and out of downtown, particularly around 6th and Colfax. There's a crash on Dry Creek westbound before I-25, and it looks like we may have lights malfunctioning at Arapahoe and Peoria. We've got some backups there, especially if you're heading east through the intersection. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents with $1 purchase in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. You're not. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. Only at participating locations.
If you're looking for a steel building, you are in luck, because we actually have a real steel building factory right here in Colorado. So many of these salespeople are middlemen and lie about being from the factory. Well, with Great Western Buildings, I can assure you, it's direct from the factory to you. They have a 120,000 square foot, 20-acre facility in Grand Junction, 150 people employed in Colorado, and they are 100% American-made steel. All you have to do is go to the website and start the process. GreatWesternBuildings.com. Deal direct with the factory. GreatWesternBuildings.com. If you want to be a landlord and you want to find out more about it, mark your calendars, okay? The 27th of this month, that's Saturday, I'll be there to talk about Vestera Turnkey. What is Vestera Turnkey? It's a process. It's a system that Barry Miller invented to help you become a landlord. And they take out the risks and hassles. I want you to check them out. Vestera Turnkey, mybigestreturn.com. Sign up for the seminar, mybigestreturn.com. Okay. Well, my goodness, I haven't heard the doorbell ring, nor my smoke alarm chirp, or water dripping.
This is Dan Campos. I've spent the past 40 years litigating catastrophic injury and death cases. Because of our great team, we've been blessed with record-breaking success, and we reached a point where we
I like that. Don't let today use up too much of tomorrow.
to do these cases, and we carefully choose who we have the privilege of representing, from the poorest of the poor to teachers.
Hi, Princess. You're looking for Dimitri. Yeah.
Get your cars back. Kevin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was long. Oh, I did that last week. It's really, he really did a great job. Cheap as hell. God almighty. Compared to dealers, I've never walked out of a dealer for less than $1,000. Car registration kiosk already exists. Yeah, but not for new car registration. I did see him, though. He's right. There will always be a certain number of people who want to deal with people. They just don't. But I think they're dying out. And the younger generation, they don't want to deal with people.
I don't understand. Your phone goes completely straight to voicemail. So
I do. I would shake a hand.
Yeah, like some inconvenience every now and then.
yeah, I'm not going to keep calling you.
What do you do?
Don't wait for summits. Visit teamdayslogan.com today, where your trusted home pro awaits. Did you hear? The best performing assets of
Some of the best drumming.
Get shot spot.
Precious metals. This year, gold and silver have risen a staggering 29%. And some experts believe the gold and silver bull market has just begun. Central banks are buying gold to protect against the fall.
It's funny because she can go hot or cold.
Skyrocketing demand for solar, EVs, and AI. Silver is the new oil. So how high could gold and silver soar? Find out. Call Weir Capital, the precious metals leader, at 800-957-GOLD. Get your free wealth protection kit and see how gold and silver could help your retirement dreams come true. With over $3 billion in trusted transactions, thousands of
Good afternoon, Tom Martino.
Okay,
Show.
this guy is going to be good. We have
Oh, wow. We finally connect.
Outbound.
All right. So when did you call in last? Because I
Our radio station.
Hello, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We're talking about how technology and AI will change things. It's really remarkable. I have Sean Hakes with me. He's doing a lot of development in AI. Of course, he also does search engine optimization. The company is Simpler, Sympler. So do you think there will be a site sometime we can go and pick a template, put in our original information, and it spits out a website completely? Do you think that'll happen?
Yeah, so we already actually have an AI agent that you talk to. It interviews you about your business. And then based on that, it'll spit out a website almost instantly. So it's already out. And you can also, if you have certain websites you like, you can screenshot them and add it to the system and it'll...
You have that right now?
Yeah. Yep.
When are you going to unveil it for the public?
It's available.
It's available?
Yeah. Yep.
Does it ask you? It asks you questions.
Yeah,
like the name of your company. Do you upload logos? What?
Yep. So it'll look at your logo. It'll look at your typography, the font style, things like that. Your colors. If you have brand guidelines, you can upload that. So when it writes the content, it'll write in your voice,
and it will spit out a website.
Yep.
What kind of a website is it? WordPress based?
Yes, it'll build out a fully custom WordPress theme. It'll even.
Do you get to pick templates beforehand, or does it do it for you?
It does it for you based on what you tell it. So the more information you provide it, the better the website is.
Wow. So somebody literally right now can do that. Are you actually doing them right now?
We are. I just did one yesterday.
Now, do the people do it, or do you do it for them?
They do it. So they interview with the agent. We set them up in the as an account with our AI engine. They interview with the agent and then hit go, and and the price for one of those sites, and they're nice. They're professional sites are a fraction of what.
What if I want to redo one of my sites and I want to do that? So what would the cost be? If I have a website now, can it go in and look at my website and improve it?
You can do that too. Yeah.
What would that cost? I'd like to see it. In other words, I would like to see what it does with my website.
So we're doing 10-page custom sites with it, and they start about $399. And you
come on, $399.
Yeah.
I want to definitely try. Here's what I want. I have a website that will remain unnamed, but I have a website, one of my many websites for businesses. And somebody says, Tom, we love your business. We love what it does, but the website needs improvement. Now, I have heard that from a lot of people. By the way, it's not Troubleshooter or it's not Referral List or any of those, but it's one of my offshoot businesses. And I don't know what they mean, but I know people who know websites. They, you can ask 10 people, you get 10 opinions, right? I mean, there's always something that can be done. But if I wanted to throw this site into your thing, what would I have to do? Give it access to my site? Like, there are people listening right now. I know there are. And they have businesses and they have websites that they designed and they don't like them. So I think you could, how do you give your app access to the site to do it?
So it builds it out on a development environment. And then if you're on WordPress, for an example, you can connect your WordPress account and it'll push it to your hosting.
But how does it look at your current site? Do you just give it the URL?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just give it the URL. It'll pull all the information off. If you don't have a website,
did you write this?
This isn't one that I wrote. It's one of our partners that did, though.
So you give it a URL and says improve, and you say improve this website.
Yes, and get this too. You can put heat mapping software, so like Hotjar or Microsoft
What's
Clarity. It records user sessions and engagement, creates heat maps on your site, so what people are engaging with and not. And the next level is you can set the site so it adapts automatically to user experience. So if your button, let's say like get a free quote, isn't converting, it'll start changing the colors of it and things like that. Start testing, like A/B testing.
Come on.
Yeah.
So if people right now listening want to do this, they just have to call you.
Yep.
You're ready to, okay. You're not BSing me. Those people,
no.
Okay. I know he's not. I'm just kidding. Simpler. What's your phone number? Do you know it?
Oh, man.
Okay, let's just go to simpler.com.
Yeah, I got to go to the website.
Yeah, Simpler. I love a guy, a brainiac who doesn't know his own number. I honest to God love it.
You can give him Rob's number too.
Yeah, no, and I'm going to go to simpler.com. It's 986-229, 5,000.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Okay, 986-229-5000.
We are here. That just goes to my partner who
no, I got it.
Runs.
Yeah, no, you're local.
But, yep.
I want to see this in action. I'm going to do it. I don't care. I'll pay the fee. I want to see it. Now, Dina, what's going on, Dina? You only have a few minutes. I'm running out of time. What's going on with your travel insurance claim?
It looks like they're probably going to pay it. After I spoke with you, I contacted them for their legal department information so that I could file a small claims court. 2 days later, I had an email saying, oops, we made a mistake, and I'm in review again.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to review. Thank you very much for telling us that. It deserves a dinger for sure. I just don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we got more coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
A pretty quiet drive throughout the Denver Metro for the most part. We are seeing intended speeds on I-25 north and southbound. No complaints there. A couple incidents on the south end of town. Looks like some road work. Arapahoe Road eastbound at Peoria Street with a right turn lane blocked. We are seeing some stop and go around that work. A crash Dry Creek Road westbound at Clinton Street near I-25 and Cherry Creek Drive northbound at
handled
Colorado
this?
Boulevard.
We
A
don't
crash
know.
reported as well. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
You never want to be in trouble and then search for a defense attorney last minute and then be forced to make some kind of an incentive or a down payment, a retainer, and then figure out he's not any good. See, we have already done the shopping for you. I've known Joe Lazzara for 30 years. If you need a defense attorney on any issue, whether it be traffic, a DUI, or any other kind of charge, whether you did something stupid, made a mistake, whatever it is, you can trust Joe Lazzara. Joseph A. Lazzara. That's lazzaralegal.com, 303-429-6200. Free initial consultations and then flat rate pricing for the entire case, 303-429-6200. Wow.
This is one of the sites.
What's that?
This is one of the sites it did.
I really want to try it. I want to try it for the hell of it. I really do. I want you to tell me how I do it. I want to do it.
Cool. Yeah, I just gotta.
And it'll do it in development. Does it do it on my development site? Because I have.
No, we have a WP Engine server that we build everything out on.
But then it can transfer to me if I buy it. Mm-hmm. Or I mean, I don't care. I really mean it. I'll pay the fee and everything. I want to do it.
We do fully managed ones as well, which is you just pay it monthly, and then we do like updates and.
But I would like to see what it's design-wise. Where does it get design ideas?
It's through the interview process and what you feed it. So if you're like, I like this site, throw the.
But I don't need to do the interview site if I just give it my URL, do I?
Yeah, you can just say improve this site or whatever, and then it'll. And
okay, who is?
We can talk under the cone of silence. The cone of silence.
Why do you say that, bro? Cone of silence. Come on.
You talk about that monthly fee. Is that like called posting?
Posting and updates and. They want to add some new stuff.
That's nice.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good. This looks pretty.
What's that? What does that say? Did you do that one? Did you do it with the AI?
Yeah.
Let me see it. No shit. Really cool. Okay, I gotta try this. This is. I want to look at it. I want to see what it does.
It's pretty. It's pretty epic.
So I can do it totally hands off. You're gonna give me the link, and I'll pay online. I'll pay. I want to do a real experiment. Okay, I'll send it to you. Do you want me to text it?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, this was delivered at my door. I need to go up and get it. Oh, look, I don't know, some kind of FedEx. Yeah, the door is ringing right now, so it must be them. Geez, let me run quickly. I don't. No. You don't have to bring it down. I just want to get it off the front porch. I picture an impish little boy when I hear these noises, just sitting there going, let me try this one. Let me try this one.
With an ear-to-ear grin.
Let me irritate the shit out of somebody. You must have been a real hoot.
Yeah, I can't go number 2 anymore.
Okay. Okay, by the way, I have somebody that they want you to contact them about a site. So let me text that to you too. They're good friends of mine. They're a sponsor. But let me just send this to you. I'm sending it to both. New client inquiry. They want to redo their site. If you
Michelle Steve, author of Answers Behind the Red Door, joins me in a conversation with outgoing Colorado House Minority Leader Rose Puglisi on why she has decided to resign her post and step away from political life. Tuesday on Ryan Schuling Live.
What's that? Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, listen to this one. I was in the hunting business for decades, hunting. When we would send out emails to dealers and stores, anyone with a Gmail account would never get our emails because the words gun or firearm were in them. Google would just make the emails vanish and never delivered. Google is pure trash. Many other good search engines. Okay, does Google literally look at content and filter based on content?
Content's a big piece.
But would they do it with a Gmail account, do you think? I just never heard of that ever. But they said that when they sent out, they were in the hunting business, and when they sent out emails with the words guns and firearms, it would censor them. Does it censor websites for content?
For paid ads, it does.
For paid?
Yeah.
Okay. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. This is fascinating. I would like to take live a website and alter it to see what the new one looks like. If anybody's game for that, give us a call. I'm Tom Martino. That would be slick if we could do that.
Yeah, I just have to have it set up, and it probably takes about 10-15 minutes to generate it. But
well, let me give you mine.
You could do one at like the beginning of the hour, and then
I can do mine. I can do mine. Let me just give it to you right now. Let me see. Okay. Let's try an experiment. And I'm not trying to get, if you have to pay your partner, I'll pay. Let's try an experiment. Okay, let's do it. And then we'll do it at the beginning.
And what time do we have till?
It's till 2 o'clock. I mean, we have an hour.
Okay.
An hour left of the show. Okay, get Kevin Calkin on ahead of time, so when we go to him, we'll have Kevin on.
Okay.
Thank you. So I have radiation today, right at 3. I skedaddle. Yeah. I get there.
Treatment take
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
That's all.
So what I do is I get there, check in, take off my shirt, lay down on a table.
Well, hello.
They have a map.
We have
of my
an issue
insides.
with,
They
I've
line
never
up the
heard of
thing
it
with
before,
that.
but
That takes the longest.
probably
Then
not a
he's at me.
shocker. 2018 Honda HRV
To the
with
tumor
a
site.
steering issue.
That's not there anymore, obviously.
All right, hang on for me.
I mean, if you think
We'll come
about
to
the
you
bullet
right
that
after
I
the break.
dodged, it's fucking unbelievable that I'm cancer free. Do you understand how unbelievable? I know it. I know it. I know. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it when I tell people. They go, well, wait a minute. What about this? And what I said, they got it all. They said, what about your lymph? It never went to my lymph nodes. What about your liver? It never went to my liver.
Yeah. We went.
It never went anywhere.
Crap. We bought everything for him.
Yeah, but some people do that, but it happens too late because of where because a lot of people can get jaundice, but they can get it too late. The pancreas is here, right? If the tumor is here or here on the tail or in the middle, it takes a long time for it to press on the liver. By the time it does, bam. Mine was here, so the liver's here. Right on the head. So as soon as it sprouted, bam, it turned me yellow. It's a fucking miracle. Now, obviously, what's that?
It's fortunate it grew there.
I know it. I look, to this day, I can't believe what I went through. The surgery and everything I went through is a fucking miracle.
Experience help.
It's like, it was like, I'm going through like a PTSD right now. It's like, you know, the enormity of what I went through. I think I was kind of like, not in denial, but I was like, let's just fucking tackle it. Let's get it over it. For a while there, I looked pretty sick though, didn't I? I mean, I was skinny and yellow. I looked a little sickly.
Surgery.
Yeah, and or even during or after, whatever. During this whole thing, I wasn't looking real good. I looked on some of my YouTube. I know. I was looking at my YouTube and there was this greenish yellow glow to it. It was fucking terrible. But I just can't believe it, man. It's just so.
So I'm gonna get your web space set up.
What's that?
So I'm gonna get it set up so I can send you a link once I pass everything over as a demo so you can see what it looks like.
Okay.
But I'll have to focus on this for a minute because it takes a minute to set up.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
I'll tell them. I'll tell them what we're doing as an experiment and show it.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So you got that box from outside? Thank you, bro.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories. Greetings, driving drivers down the metro. We have a couple incidents on the south end of town. The first one hits Parker Road in North at Broncos Parkway. No one at one block of on the intersection to stop much traffic. South of there, Parker Road southbound this time at Main Street. There's crash. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds. The warning for the metro area. Faster south end of town. Road work in the right lane around the road eastbound at Peoria. With traffic up at Swan.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of why Philadelphia Eagles fans pelted a man dressed up as Santa Claus with a snowball. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
I got another camera I can use. I'm going to put one way out there. I forgot I got a spare camera. Can you get an HDMI cable that's not really fucking thick, like a little? I mean, they're like, Jesus Christ, they're so thick. I want it thin. Yep, you can. HDMI. I just asked for it and I got it. Okay. What's that?
Do you have an extra USB-C type charger?
USB. Oh, yeah. Wait, you need. Oh, okay. Hold on. What do you? Okay, you need to plug into there, right? Hold on. I need. No, I know what you're saying.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Coming up, the investigation into the assassination of Charlie Kirk continues. Cash Patel releases some information on the text messaging from the alleged shooter. That plus Cahill and more on the Joe Pags Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630
I
KHOW.
just have to run for it.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show this hour, brought to you by RenewHomeInnovations.com. If you want a beautiful shower, walk-in shower with porcelain walls, no maintenance, beautiful, or an entire bathroom makeover, you won't do better than RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000. They do it in 2 or 3 days, and you have a year to pay with 0 interest. RenewHomeInnovations.com. All right. Marvin has an issue with steering. I'll bring up our car expert, Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech. What's going on, Marvin? What's happening?
I'm being pushed around and ignored, I suppose.
What's happening? Talk about your problem.
I bought a car from Echo Park.
Now, was it new or used?
It's a used car. It's a 2018.
A 2018 what?
Honda HR-V.
Okay, they're pretty good cars. What happened?
When I went on the test drive, it seemed like, the cars it would do the job. It just has to get me to and from work. It's nothing.
How many miles on this?
60,000.
Okay.
60,000.
All right. And so did you have it checked out before you bought it?
I was still at the lot, and I went to the lot to buy it, and I test drove it with one of the dealers. And when I was driving it, the steering wheel was, not in alignment with the car. The alignment was okay because it wasn't pulling or nothing, but the steering wheel was turned, with the right side at like 1 o'clock and the left side at about 7 o'clock.
So it was not centered.
Right. And so I asked him to do that. And when I came, I was just looking and test driving that night, and I was pretty much sold on it. I said, I'll come by tomorrow with some money, and I think we'll take it. And I came by the next day to purchase the car, and when I took it out to drive, I came back and reminded them that they didn't have that steering wheel centered.
Okay, but Marvin, was that after you bought it or before you bought it the second time?
It was while I was making the purchase. They said, we can fix that now. And I said, okay, go ahead and fix it now. And they have a shop there. And so they were working on it as we're doing the paperwork for the bill of sale.
Then what?
So I bought the car, and then the car was finished. And when I drove home, I could tell it wasn't right. And then when I drove it the next day, it was still.
Can I ask you why? What possessed you to buy a car and not have it checked out by an independent mechanic?
Because I can tell if it's right or wrong pretty much.
Well, you didn't.
Well, I do. I knew it was wrong, and that's why I had them repair it. And when they repaired it, it was still wrong. And
but you went, Marvin. I can't defend what you did. You bought it. You bought it before you verified it was fixed.
I see what you're saying.
And guess what you did? You bought it. I'll bet you as is, right?
Something like that, yeah, probably.
So what have you? Well, here's what I need to know. When did this happen?
Last week.
Okay. Now, what I want to know is this. What did it turn out to be?
As far as to get it repaired right?
Yeah, did you find out what hey, Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, when a steering wheel isn't centered, what's that usually a sign of, Kevin?
Well, possibly damage, but I mean, I would start with an alignment because we align the car to the steering wheel. I mean, everything has to be in alignment when we're done.
Exactly.
So
what did it turn out to be, Marvin?
They never gave me anything because I took it back to them, and on a Saturday or whatever, and I took it back, and they said, okay, we'll have somebody else do it, and they had somebody else do it, and then when I took it home, and even driving home, I turned it right back, and I said, hey, your mechanic didn't fix it. And the mechanic came out and said, I fixed it, it's right. And I said, it's not right. He says, it is. And I said, well, it's not. And I'm not going to sit and argue because I can tell if that steering wheel is straight across and if it is or not. And he says that it's right because he did it. And I said, well, I need.
All right, Marvin. Okay, I get it. It went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But where does it stand right now?
It's still over there because I took it back. They said I could take it over and have somebody do it Saturday. So Saturday I took it over there.
It's still not fixed?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything from it. They haven't called me back or anything.
Here's what I suggest you do, Marvin. Since you already bought the car and it's too late and you bought it as is, they can throw their hands up. But if I were you, I would take it over to Sheridan Auto Tech and have them check it out. I'll bet you there's way more wrong with that car than that. I'll bet you it's been in a wreck.
Sounds like it.
They said it hadn't been in any accidents.
I don't care what they said. Did you get a Carfax on it at least? You said you checked it out before you bought it. Did you have a Carfax?
They said that they were going to give that to me. I didn't see it.
So hold on. Let me get this straight. You didn't do a Carfax and you didn't take it to a mechanic, but you say you checked it out yourself.
Yeah, they also have a return within 7 days.
Oh, good. Has it been 7 days yet?
Now it has.
Man, Marvin, you've just done everything you could to screw yourself. I don't know what to do, man. I mean, I think you need to get this car into somebody independent to find out what's wrong with it. If it turns out it was in a wreck and they didn't tell you about it, then we'll try to help you get your money back. But you got to go get your car. You can't leave it there.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, and then on top of that, the oil, the gauge, when I just checked the gauges, it was at like 30%. And I said, I thought you guys changed oil. Oh, we did, but we didn't reset it. I said, I don't believe that. I said, what about the corrosion and everything underneath the hood? You were supposed to wash that out.
Kevin, Marvin, you bought yourself a piece of crap. What did you pay for it?
Yep. 17.
Hey, Kevin, what do you think's wrong with it? It's got corrosion under the hood. It sounds like a flood car to me. It's got corrosion under the hood. What would that come from?
Not that bad.
Unless it's just around the battery and stuff like that. It may just need to be serviced properly.
Yeah.
But I would just start with an alignment. That'll tell us a lot once we get it up and measure everything and see why it's out of whack. That's where we start.
Marvin, it could be a major collision. We don't know.
That's what I was wanting to find out.
Why don't you go and get a Carfax right now, Marvin? Get one in right now. You can go online and buy.
Right now.
You can go what?
I'm working right now.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Hang on. Just hang on. Put him on hold. Kevin, I think he needs to do a Carfax and get it over to you. Sheridan Auto Tech, the people we would refer him to go to. He should have done a pre-buy inspection. They do those too.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. 303-455-7242 is Sheridan Auto Tech. Get it done beforehand. Let me tell you what we're doing as an experiment. I gave him a website. I'll just tell you what it is, wave8capital.com. I gave him my website for my financial company and my financial advisement company and said, I'd like to see what this automated AI agent does with the website. And he was going to put in my URL and see what it spits out. So it's going to be an interesting experiment. By the way, Sean Hakes is with us from Simpler, Sympler. They're combining artificial intelligence with SEO, and they're doing it with website building as well to build it from the ground up the right way. And we've talked about how AI is changing the entire landscape of the internet. Right now, a lot of people are using AI instead of Google for a search engine. So your business has to be optimized, not just for Google. It has to be optimized for AI. So AI recognizes it and gives it to people when they ask about it. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. It's an exciting show. One Clear Choice Garage Doors, they are the people to call for any garage door problem 24/7. They're honest, efficient, and thorough in what they do. OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
Hi, this is Dave Logan. You know, summer storms can leave behind serious damage to roofs, windows, trees, siding, paint, even HVAC systems. When your home needs help, turn to the team Colorado homeowners have trusted for over 16 years. Team Dave Logan. Our background screen pros are local, reliable, and ready to work. No forms, no waiting. All you have to do is go to teamdavelogan.com, search by service, and connect directly. We vet every company in our team and screen them yearly so you can hire with confidence. Team Dave Logan, your trusted home pro awaits.
Yes, and if you want to talk about Fix It 24/7, I can tell you it's the best $39 you'll ever spend. If you've never had it done, they're doing a complete refurbishment of your furnace. That's taking it apart to the extent they can and cleaning every nook and cranny, including the blower motor and all of the blades. They check out your furnace and give you a no breakdown guarantee. They look to fix it, not replace it. Get it done for $39. It could save you thousands of dollars in expensive repairs. FixMyHome.com. Book now. FixMyHome.com. Then hit book now. RedRocksRS.com. That stands for Red Rocks Roof and Solar, with an emphasis on solar. What they're doing are commercial solar systems. Now, you may qualify for a commercial system if you have a home-based business, an agribusiness. Maybe you're a landlord with a few apartments. Maybe you're renting out an apartment house or a duplex. Whatever it is, if you have a commercial purpose, you can get a commercial solar system and get most of it paid for by the government. You can also make positive cash flow by selling power back to the grid and to retail customers. Find out more. RedRocksRS.com, 303-704-2449. You know, I always thought that HDMI cables had a weak signal, and if it was too long, you wouldn't get a signal. That's what I was always told.
I've used pretty long ones. You have 50 footers. That's good.
Is it working?
Yeah, right. We'll see that.
Oh, that's going to be great. Could you hold it right there? It's right there. Just okay, good. I know. I'm always upgrading the studio. Yeah, way out there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy a 15-footer. Wait, important message about my card.
Troubleshoot ceramic technology is specifically formulated for our unique climate right here in Colorado. And
Place my order. Where is it going? To my house. This is cool. Okay, so I'm going to do a cord out there. How much time do I have?
2.
Okay. One. Do I have another tripod anywhere?
Might not get one.
having a safety plan is essential. God forbid someone breaks into your home, or if you find yourself in a confrontation, don't start with a lethal firearm. No. To start less lethal, start with Burner. BYRNA.com is less lethal launcher.
Okay.
Most effective self-defense tool available today without legal, financial, or emotional consequences that may come with using a gun. I carry one. It's part of my personal safety and security plan every day. I recommend all of you, if you're concerned about safety, you should be, have one as well. They have the new compact launcher, the CL. It is the world's
So I need that. And then I need.
It fires powerful kinetic and tear gas rounds that can stop any perpetrator for up to 40 minutes. And Burner has protection for every member of the family, from safety alarms to personal defense sprays as well. Just go to Burner.com today. That's BYRNA.com, or visit the Burner retail store located in your city as well.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories. Cooler today with temperatures only reaching into the 70s. Taking a lot with brief shower this morning. The low for the afternoon coming in for later on this afternoon with the possibility for some storms to become severe. I'm Fox 31 2-foot weather meteorologist Kylie.
This is the first version.
This is Lee, the host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, honor and remember the events of September 2001. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So would you deal with a store with just AI? Somebody said they would not, because they want someone to talk to. I believe that what you're going to see in the future, and we're talking to Simpler, Sympler, Simpler.com, who do a lot in AI and search engine optimization. I believe you're going to see hybrid stores, Sean. I believe what you'll see is maybe one person for the whole store, whereas you might have to have 2 or 3 or others. And you're going to eliminate a lot of labor. As far as trying to do it all AI in the beginning might be a little challenge until it gets more improved. So are there any hybrid stores now that you know of that are will yours be the first AI-based store that you know of, the floor covering store?
Yeah, I haven't found any that have moved to this model yet. So it's definitely
now.
Definitely
but are you trying to do it without any people whatsoever?
No, there'll still be people. So it'll be, if someone wants to meet with a rep, they can still do that. It just allows 24/7 access. We've met with a lot of consumers that are like, hey, it's really nice to go in there and not having a sales guy follow us around, to take our time.
A hybrid store would be great. Let's say you have one person, so if they run into a snag, they can talk to the person, but otherwise use AI to answer their questions or to pick products. And as far as website design, we're doing this experiment where you have basically an AI agent that you can drop a URL into it. It'll look at the website and suggest improvements. Is that right?
It won't just suggest it. It'll make them.
It literally will make a site and show it to you and compare it to the one you have.
Yeah.
And we're doing it right now.
Yep. I have one actually. I'm going to I got to put your logo.
It already came through.
Yeah. It took about
5 minutes.
maybe.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you don't already have a website for it to look at, it will interview you and ask about your company and then develop a website based on the interview. How many have you actually done like that so far?
We have probably close to 100 now that have been completed.
By AI?
By AI.
Are you kidding me? And the AI wrote the code and everything?
Everything.
What does it write the code in?
We built, it's all in PHP, so it's, it builds out custom WordPress themes. You can do an HTML site as well, but it uses PHP, MySQL, HTML, XML, JavaScript.
Okay.
So.
Will you, for those listening that have always wanted to redo their website or improve their website, do you have a special we can throw out to them right now for any Martino listeners that you would take their URL and shoot them a proposed improvement? Do you have any specials you can throw out for today? I'm doing this without any preparation whatsoever. So if you don't, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, we can do, if you reach out to us, give us, a day or two, but we could do kind of a free, we can run it through our system and give you like a free preview.
A free pure preview
so
of
you don't have to buy it. You can say, hey, let's look at it. And
people, wait a minute. Are you listening to this? If you call, let's put a limit on it. Okay, I'm just trying to.
Like 10.
Okay, yeah. So for 10 people listening that have a website, an existing website, if you contact Simpler, the first 10 only, you contact Simpler with a URL, with your website address, they will put it into their AI agent and spit out a proposed improvement free of charge. Now, obviously, you can't use it, but it'll spit it out free of charge. If you want to move forward, that's up to you. But you can get a look at what it can do without paying anything. And normally you'd have to pay, if you think about going to a web designer and say, hey, come up with an improvement, they're going to charge you for their time. This is going to be for 10 people. I'm going to give out the number. For 10 people, you will get a free proposed improvement of your website. See, I'm anxious to see what the hell it's going to do. Just on its own. So what they do is they'll take your URL, www.ididwave8capital.com. He put it into his AI agent, which is going to code an improvement or a proposed improvement. If you want this done for the next 10 people only, and I think Robert's getting your call. So Robert, you have to let me know when we get to the 10 limit. I'm going to give you this number. It's only for the next 10 people. Remember, this is a free alternate design, free. All you have to do is give your URL and you got to be the owner of the URL. Okay. It's got to be your website and it will propose an improvement. Ready? 986-229-5000. 986-229-5000. It boggles my mind. I'm going to give that number out again. The first 10 only. So, Robert, you're on text with me. Text me when you get the 10. 986-229-5000. It boggles my mind how you can throw a URL at it. It'll crawl the website and suggest improvements. Sean, you got to dumb this down, but you have to tell me what goes on when it crawls the website. What is it looking for? Is it looking for flaws? Is it looking for better design? Is it comparing you to new websites? What is the AI agent doing when it crawls my website?
So AI knows a lot about user experience, colors, layout, what works. And so what it does is it takes your site, it looks for errors, things like that. The
obvious errors.
The obvious ones, but also design flaws. And it creates a new layout based on your industry that it knows what converts the best and functions.
Bo, do you find that freaking incredible? My God.
Great deal. I wish I was still in business.
No, think about it. So, and you don't have to do anything except what were you doing?
I have to set up the server and get the file system ready and stuff like that. But once that's set up,
No, you have to set up a place for it to reside.
Right.
But you're not designing it.
No. So we have, our introductory packages is, AI as your designer. And then we have other levels where if I was to go in there and
to pay for an introductory website, and they do the interview or they do the old website, what is that introductory offer?
So a standard 10-page site is $3.99.
And then what does it cost to host?
It depends. If they host with us, it's $49 to $99 a month, but
it's
fully managed,
dates and everything, fully managed.
Yep. And then there's obviously other things you can add to it, AI agents.
See, it used to be when people design websites. I'm just going to tell it like it is. You'd call somebody in India.
Right.
They don't understand. A lot of website developers right now deal with Indian programmers and coders, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Who are working out of their home. And what they do is they code the website. And when you call your company here in America and say, I need this or I need that, they call the person in India to have it done. This is taking place of that. This is doing everything, all the coding on its own.
And we have other agencies, because this is so cheap, that
of course
they buy it and resell it as well. So
so you have people that design websites that actually use you and resell it.
Right. Yep. Just mark it up and resell it.
Okay, I'm going to give that number out again. If you have a website, you want to see a proposed improvement free of charge by AI, it'll be 986-229-5000. I like to show some before and afters, maybe later next week or sometime, or when we get just some screenshots of the front page of before and after. I would love to do that. So, Robert, I know you're listening. He's back east right now, I think. And he's going to tell me when he gets the first 10. Does this number ring to him?
It goes to our main office, but they know that.
Okay.
Yeah, they got it.
Okay, so main office of simpler.com. We're only taking 10 people, 986-229-5000. We can take a few extra just in case some of them fall through. So we got more coming up. This is very fascinating. John, what is your issue with a roofer? Welcome, John. What's going on?
I signed a contract to get a roof done on my house and my detached garage.
When did you sign a contract?
This February. It started, I think, February.
For your house and detached garage?
Correct. Two contracts.
Got it. Oh, so you did it in two contracts?
Yes, it was separate. The insurance company didn't have anything to do with the garage contract.
Okay, so insurance was just for the house?
Correct.
Okay. So you were paying for the garage on your own?
Correct.
Okay.
He told me it'd be $3,000 for the roofing materials, $1,400 for the sheathing, total of $4,400.
Okay.
He did not sheathe it.
Wait a minute. How do you put a roof on without sheathing it?
Well, I'm in Denver, so Denver's a little different. I guess you tear off the roof. If it's doubtful, then you get a sheathing. Then the roofer can get a sheathing inspection. That will tell him if it needs to be sheathed or not. If he doesn't need to be sheathed, or the roofer doesn't want to get a sheathing inspection, he doesn't have to.
Okay, but they're still putting it over the old sheathing is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're going to add new sheathing on top of the original.
Break time.
All right, hold on. Let me take this break. Hold on. I'll come right back to you, John. I want to fully understand this and get someone to work on it for you. Hang on.
So you want to see the first version?
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
From the Superstar Car Wash Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Pretty calm drive throughout the Denver Metro for the early afternoon commute. I-25 north and southbound, we're showing intended speeds. Through town, you might see some brief slowdowns on I-25 northbound through downtown. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Some stop and go on the 6th Avenue eastbound off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Heading to the south end of town, we've got road work, Arapahoe Road eastbound in the right turn lane to South Peoria Street. Some slowdowns there. Otherwise, just a quiet drive throughout town. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
This week on Red Pilled America, what role has Hollywood played in American crime? To find the answer, we tell the story of how a musical movement born in the late 80s impacted urban America. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show.
I love K&H Home Solutions. In fact, they have window siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for. That's what they like to say. They even have painters now, K&H Painting Pros. This is a company that's been in business for more than 65 years. And I've known all three owners. They carry on a tradition of beauty and energy efficiency, and they add value to your home. So if you're looking for a forever siding, a line siding, or beautiful windows, look for khwindows.com, 303-421-7100. All right. What do you got?
First draft. Let's tweak shit. So there's no graphics or anything. This is your site.
Yeah. Got it.
2 days of the slogan thing and then the AI guy today.
Yeah.
I realized this would be your logo.
Oh well.
Right.
Sometimes it's like that.
And what would it do for a header picture?
Yep.
That's like those.
All right. See ya. Have a good one, my friend.
Sort of related, so we could pick whatever. That's the thing.
And that just redid the whole thing on its own.
Yeah.
That is pretty damn cool.
Maybe.
No, I get it. Yeah.
That's like breathing. You see that little circle?
Yeah.
I'll put it in out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next step would just be add images and the rest
So
of the content. That's what it, and we have a working regenerated, so I can go like, it's cool, but it's too much purple or something like that.
Are you shitting? So what kind of image? It won't suggest images?
Well, we can create images as well. Typically, we'll have images. Images are.
No, you're right. But
I go through the review process before I send it to clients. I go.
So would the header image be is that big size, and that would be the header right there?
Yeah, so you got your 2 call to actions. What most people do is they put too much stuff in here.
Yeah.
So they mix it up. So consultation. So they see that mobile website. So see these a little bit between right there.
Mhm.
That's stuff that we do.
That's mine right there.
Optimized.
So you would then take this and say, what do you want for your header image? What do you want for this? What do you want for that? Right?
Yeah. Well, most companies, like if it's a plumber or something.
So where do you say, okay, so it's saying, okay, I see what you're saying. That is interesting. So it chose not to highlight the name big on the header.
Yeah, so I was pulling your
So does it go a level deeper than this, or is that just the?
It does, yeah. The full site will take a little bit longer.
No, I understand.
Internal pages.
No, but does it, like right now, the links I meant that it made down below there, like, do they go to the next level here if you clicked on it? Like if you.
Yes, like this one, we would tell it this needs to be a form. Right now, it just tells you the scene on here.
But up above there, that one that with the 3 boxes, if you come down, the one with the there. Well, where? No, meet our team. Where does that go?
To just because you get 10 pages with it. So
okay, I see.
Tell it link to the meet our team page. So it'll build out pages for every single thing, up to 10 pages for that. So like these sites will probably that like a human.
Yeah. Now listen, man, I'm going to tell you something.
Vienna, Prague, and Budapest. We'll see gorgeous architecture and castles, experience Mozart in Vienna, learn to make strudel in Bratislava, have wonderful meals together, and make new friends. As with all cruise and tour,
It's pretty cool, actually.
everything, flights, hotels, ground transportation,
Hmm.
So I can build this out when I finish generating it. Be like today or tomorrow, and then you'll have like a full functioning site you can play around with the testing.
Auto accident? Get the
Yeah,
right
'cause
lawyer
I want to
on
show it
your
on the air
side.
before
Call
and after.
Fuller.com.
I want to do that, and then give out your
That's part of our commercials.
whenever you want. No, whenever you want. Hello, Tom Martino here. So I watched this thing, and it's incredible. And I'll be showing it in a few days. And the reason I say a few days is because I'm going to be advertising for them anyway. They're a sponsor, and this site was spit out in after he set it up on the server and then put in my URL. It was spit out in like 5 minutes. And it's the structure, and then you upload whatever images you want, or you ask them for help with your images, and you get up to 10 pages. But it's an incredible design. And oddly enough, now it is different than my original design a lot, but it followed the basic structure, and I had gotten my structure from other financial companies. So you could see where it did some thinking on changing some components, but keeping others similar. Anyway, John has a problem. Let's go back to John. By the way, for Simpler, if you're interested in getting into this experiment, we may already have the 10, but it's 986-229-5000. The first 10 get a free upgraded look at their website. Free, no obligation whatsoever. 986-229-5000. Then if you like what you see, you can go beyond that. But this is just a free rewrite of your website to see what it looks like with AI designing it. So John, you had basically your roofing done on your garage, and you said you were going to pay for new sheathing and roof for $4,400. But they ended up not replacing the sheathing, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now.
And I've asked for a copy of the contract. He has not given it to me.
Do you realize we've had a similar one? We had a similar one just earlier in the show. What do you mean you didn't have a copy of the contract? Why can't he just deny? He could say to you, by the way, we never agreed to do sheathing. How would you prove it?
Well, I showed him another bid I got to do the roof, was the garage roof, was $3,025, which was close to his number without sheathing. I went back to that contractor and got a separate, asked him how much more for decking, and he gave me about $1,471.
John, the numbers make sense, but here's what I'm asking you. If we call up this roofer and we say, hey, Mr. Roofer, John is upset that you did his garage roof for $4,400 and you did not put on new sheathing. And he says, we never agreed to put on new sheathing. What's to prevent him from saying that?
Well, I'm trying to get the copy of the contract.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. Why wouldn't you have a copy of a contract you signed? What would make... Okay, I'm going to ask you yet another question, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time, John, I promise. Well, okay, what if he shows you a copy of the contract that says $10,400? How would you prove that wasn't the original contract?
Good point.
I mean, John, you have nothing at all to support your claim. You're saying, I'm trying to get a copy of the contract. Well, what if he says we never had a contract? It was all verbal.
Well, I have something here in writing that shows it listed as $4,400.
Does it say you get new? Okay, what do you have in writing? Tell me that. Let's start there. What do you actually have in writing?
Oh, well, instead of providing me the original bill, he recreated it. Have you ever heard of anybody recreating a bill?
Well, John, what if he says, no, I never recreated it. That is the original. See, John, I never heard of anyone doing what you're doing. I've never heard of anyone thinking of a contract and saying, I don't have it. I mean, I need something to go on. I need something to
All
go
right.
on. What do you have to
All right.
prove that you were going to get new sheathing on your roof for $4,400?
Right now, nothing.
What do you have in writing that he recreated? What is it?
What's
Oh,
You
it
got
came
to
out
move the mic up to your mouth. You got to move the mic.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you. There. Now I can hear you. Go ahead.
what's the name of the roofing company?
I don't. Do I have to state that now?
No, you don't.
Right.
You don't.
Well,
You actually don't
Okay,
have
Did you
to.
pay for it without signing a contract? Did you just tender over a check?
I paid 50% down.
Okay. Have you paid the other
Man, I can't.
50%?
No, I haven't. He's
Okay.
threatening to put a lien on my property.
Okay. Listen, man, I want to help you. What do you have?
right.
You said you had something in writing to indicate you were going to get sheathing. What do you have?
I have nothing in writing that indicates I was going to get sheathing on the garage.
Will he deny it, or will he say, yeah, he didn't need it? What will he say?
He's denied it so far.
Okay.
He created a bill. The new bill is now $3,988 or something instead of the $4,400.
And the 39, okay. So in other words, $3,900. So he did kind of credit you some money. He credited you $500, right?
About 400. About 400. All right.
Listen, John, I want to help you, but if we call him and accuse him of not fulfilling the contract, he's going to say, yes, I did.
All right. Do you want to talk about the house roof?
Okay, what happened with that?
Oh, since his original bid never included sheathing on my house.
Okay.
Since he's decided to sheathe the garage, I took him up into my attic and go, does my house need sheathing? It has 1x6 decking in my attic. He says, yes, it does. I will get State Farm to pay for it, or I'll pay for it myself.
Normally, if it needs sheathing, the insurance company will pay for it.
Correct. Now, the first day I was supposed to have the roof installed, I called him. It was raining that morning, and I said, it's still raining at my house. His response was, well, we can't do the decking in the rain. We'll have to reschedule. I assumed that meant the decking was approved. We're all set to go. The next time the day they came over to install the roof, they showed up with no sheathing. They told me that State Farm had denied the claim on the sheathing.
Okay.
And I asked them, well, what about the sheathing for the garage? They said, oh, when they took the sheathing off for the house...
Is any of this in writing, by the way? Did he complete your house?
Well, yeah, it passed a roof inspection.
Okay. That's all that counts.
Then I had... Well, no. Do you know what a sheathing inspection is?
Yes. But did he have a sheathing inspection?
I called the city planning department at Denver. What is it? Denver
Hey, John.
Permitting and Licensing
John,
Center.
I know where you're going with this. You're saying he never had the sheathing inspected. Therefore, he owes you new sheathing. That's not necessarily true. If it turns out you need new sheathing, you have to pay for it unless you have that statement in writing that he made that if they won't pay for it, I'll pay for it. Again, John, you've done everything wrong. You want him to pay for sheathing, right? What if he says, no, I never agreed to it?
What happens? Well, what I had to do is I had to get a sheathing inspection done. The city will not do a sheathing inspection for the homeowner. So I had to hire another roofing company.
Okay.
This is my insurance agent said to do this.
Okay.
Hire another roofing company, get
Okay.
a permit.
Okay.
They came over to my house. The contract was to strip off 200 square feet of my new roof.
Yeah.
Then they called and got a sheathing inspection done. It failed the sheathing inspection.
So it turns out you need new sheathing.
Correct. Before the roof was put on.
Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. You should not have to pay for that roof. If the guy skipped the inspection, you should not have to pay for it. But that doesn't... But listen carefully, John, because I don't think we're on the same page. You need a new sheath. You need new sheathing. It failed. You can't get it now because he did the roof. He did the roof, and it's useless to you. So you should not have to pay for that roof. However, what you don't want to hear is he doesn't owe you anything at all. He just has to. You should not have to pay for it, though, and we can fight for that. We got more coming up. See, this guy he doesn't get a free roof.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by YRefi.com.
Pretty calm drive throughout the Denver Metro for the early afternoon commute. I-25 north and southbound, we're showing intended speeds. Through town, you might see some brief slowdowns on I-25 northbound through downtown. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Some stop and go on the 6th Avenue eastbound off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Heading to the south end of town, we've got road work, Arapahoe Road eastbound in the right turn lane to South Peoria Street. Some slowdowns there. Otherwise, just a quiet drive throughout town. With traffic, I'm Mark Swan.
Is private student loan debt ruining your life? It doesn't have to. YRefi refinances private student loans that others won't touch. And they don't care what your credit score is. Just go to YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
We just heard a nightmare from a roofer, about a roofer. You will never get that with excelroofing.com. Excel as in excellent will give you a full and complete contract. They won't just verbally tell you what they're doing. They also put a project manager on each and every job to make sure the contract is fulfilled. That's how you know you're getting a great deal. And you don't pay a cent until you're content. Excel as in excellent. excelroofing.com. 303-761-6400. You know, I love steel buildings. No maintenance if you get the right one. I can't stand the phony balonies in the business right now claiming they're from the factory and that you're getting direct from the factory. Well, guess what? There's only one in town that can really make that claim. That's Great Western Buildings. They have a 120,000 square foot factory in Grand Junction, employing 150 people, 100% American steel, a lifetime warranty on the structure, and a 40-year guarantee on the paint. You have direct from the factory only if you deal with GreatWesternBuildings.com. 303-495-5701.
The best.
Okay, we got to get this guy. We got to get this guy back on tomorrow. If he should not have to pay for that roof.
No, I'm happy to. That's why I want to find out. I'm happy to call the roofer.
Yeah, that roofer. If that roofer put a roof on and it has to now be resheathed, then he needs to redo the job with the sheathing. But he can charge him for the sheathing. That's the part this guy doesn't like.
Yeah, and then he's gonna have to tear off the whole roof.
Right.
So do you want to give this to Bo?
Yes.
Are we going to bring him
also,
on tomorrow?
show's over.
We'll bring.
Yeah.
I don't
We're
even
done.
have out music.
Nope.
All right. Thanks. Bye. Yeah, we ran out of time.
Hey, John, what is the best
I'll
number
bet you
to
get a
reach
good.
you? We're
I
gonna
want to
go
know.
ahead and escalate
I'm
this.
gonna disconnect, man.
His name is Bo,
Okay,
and he
see
will
ya.
call
Bye.
you.
I can get ready for my doctor's appointment. So.